So, yeah.
That's when the important stuff happened.
Yep, exactly. My internet's still not functioning here on my phone. Maybe it's a building-related issue. I don't know what's going on, but there we go. Now I can see
lead paint.
There's everyone. So, hi, guys. Big show today. Interesting things to talk about. We have some guests for you. We have a video. We have some news stories to talk about. Exactly. Lots of crazy stuff going on in the pot community here in Canada. Maybe it's a building-related issue. Carly Marley is here and brought honey lime ginger ale. Never seen that before. There's everyone. Americana honey lime ginger ale. Hi, guys. Sounds cool.
Sounds good. Bad name.
Big show today. Yeah. Interesting things to talk about. We have some guests for you. We have a video. We have some news stories to talk about. Exactly. Lots of crazy stuff going on in the pot community here in Canada. Carly Marley is here and brought honey lime ginger ale. Never seen that before. Oh, I hear that now. Americana honey lime. Did that just get started? Sounds cool. Oh, that with our YouTube. There we go. Sorry, YouTubers. Sorry, folks. Yeah, it is Friday. There's the YouTube chatters. And yes, there was a little bit of an echo. We had YouTube open in the background, so it started playing the show.
It's the echo box from the 60s.
Echo box. So there, our YouTube chatters are in the loop now. We can get them up on the big screen. We got our Facebook chatters. Yes, sorry, Brittany. She said, ooh, fix the sound. We fixed it. So, stuff to talk about. So, it's been really super busy around here. Not only has it been busy in all of Canada with all these crazy new rules coming out related to marijuana everywhere, it's also busy right here in the city of Vancouver. We just launched all our 420 booth spaces. So, can you close that door?
It's like a party.
It's a party. So, yeah, we got 420 booths launched as of yesterday. So if you're in the Vancouver area and you want to have your brand represented down at 420 or have a booth, you can contact us here. You can come on down to CCHQ and actually have us book some reserved spaces for you that we will hold for you. I go down there at 5 a.m. on the morning of and hold a bunch of spots for everyone. I think I do have images of our map and everything this year.
How many spots left?
Let's see. We're going to look on the map here. I don't know if this is currently up to date. I believe it's not actually fully up to date. We will update this today. There it is. Look at the new 420 map. So it's quite the space. Nice. We got a lot of room. And down here is where we have our stage. We have our little dab village. All of these squares are available for reserve. If you can't afford to reserve a square, we have tons of free zone spaces all over the place, all up and down the beach and in between our spots and everywhere else. There's also the parking lot this year. So if you prefer being on the cement, yeah, you can throw down there.
Save your Jordans.
Exactly. If there's any mud, there won't be any in the parking lot. Usually the only mud we get is down in the front area here, but we're hoping to have floor over top of that this year. So at least it'll be a little bit easier on people's feet and it won't destroy the field as much. But it's funny, as you can see in this old school map that I got from Google Maps last year or 2 years ago, the field is all dry and crappy. So now the field looks way better. So we actually paid some money last year to have the field reseeded, and it's much better now. So I guess they got us to they said we destroyed the field, but it was already destroyed.
It was destroyed. It floods every year there, so it's kind of like a low area anyway. So I think the water doesn't drain, and they're just looking for an excuse now. Yeah,
exactly. Well, we ended up paying for it anyway, so it's all nice and green again.
Like I sit
looks great down there
all the time and just smoke joints there always, like every time of the year.
Over on the hill?
Yeah, over on the hill. There's like benches there, so you can just chill.
Yeah.
And yeah, most of the time it is wet in there, and there isn't nobody in there playing. There's usually like some hippie laying on the grass, smoking or doing yoga, and that's it. Like someone walking one dog.
This smells like some kind of crazy sativa.
It's the crazy sweet skunk.
Sweet skunk. Oh.
The Breeder Steve cut.
That is beautiful stuff.
It has.
I wonder if the bud cam can see that.
It'll pick it up.
Let's see here. Bud cam getting up close and personal with the sweet skunk.
And we got that one too. The Quickie Calyx.
You can immediately, upon smelling it, it is just a sativa overload, like big time. Hey, we got Jerry and Neil in the house too.
Jerry and Neil in the house.
What's up, guys? They're gonna come and talk to us real soon here. What's this one, Cookie? The other one?
This one is the purple candy.
Oh, the purple candy. Carly likes that one a lot.
It's so Galaxy like that.
Yum
We
yum.
can go right in.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Look at that shit. Here, let's roll this guy over here.
There you go. Oh yeah.
That focus is...
We're gonna roll a couple joints of that.
Bud cam here pretty quick. Look at that. They're nice and crystally.
Crystally AF.
Crystals all over. And yeah, so if you... Back to the 420. If you want to come down to 420 and buy some very fine marijuana, just like this, all of these booths, back to the map here, all of those booths... We're going to get rid of this thing. These are all openly selling marijuana. And
Nice.
so are the ones on the side. The people at the city, which we've gone and had meetings with them already this year, just had a meeting with them yesterday where we were sitting with, like, I'm not kidding, 20 different members of different city groups.
That's good.
Fire, ambulance, police officers, everything you can imagine. They're all there. And they were all very, very cool. Everything, it seems like it's going to be fine. Nobody had any problems. They said we did a great job last year. We're very happy with everything the way it went down.
Let us have cars in and out of there again this year.
Yeah. And they take care of the car stuff. They work out all of that. They help us out a lot on the day of. And they told us there was 600 vendors openly selling marijuana down at last
And
year's 420.
they would know.
600. Yeah, so they said they had a person that went around and counted, but they also included people who are walking around selling marijuana rather than just people who have open booth space.
The old school
The
ways.
old schoolers, which there are apparently a lot of, like 100 to 200 people walking around
Yeah.
openly slanging from the bags.
Because it's easier that way to get to the people.
Yeah.
So you can technically go stand where everyone's coming in and be like, hey, I'm selling you weed here. Yeah, I don't have a physical booth, so you don't have that, like, you know, representation behind you.
Yeah.
But if it's weed and someone looks at it and is like, shit, that's nice weed, yeah, I'll buy it. Like,
Yeah. And so we've already, hopefully everybody gets down and gets the booths they want in a timely fashion. We've already kind of screwed up a couple, and a couple booths got double booked, so we're sorry to those people. I'm trying to work that out right now. It does happen occasionally. We have so many people coming at us at once that sometimes shit falls through
Line
the
up
cracks.
down the block.
Yeah, there was a lineup down the block yesterday of people who...
And they weren't even selling weed. They were selling a booth to sell weed at.
Yeah, if you live in town, we make people come down to book their booths at the actual store. If you live out of town, we allow you to send email money transfers and do that kind of stuff, but we prefer if you're around to come down. It's just easier on all of our staff and everybody here. So in the hot seat, look who we have here. Du Bois.
Hey,
We got
Du
Jerry,
Bois.
Jerry Martin
Hey,
and Neil Magnuson.
There you go.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
Jerry, good to have you on the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
I know there's been some shit going on in your world. I'm going to bring up that little thing we were talking about here, but... Oh, it's 420.
Happy 420 over 420.
There you go. Oh, Johnny. So now we are supposed to call Johnny back.
At 420.
John, last night at 3 in the morning, had to go to the hospital and have his appendix taken out.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Guy.
he is...
Fucking guy in his
Johnny
appendix.
no-show again. He can't make it to the show, but this time he's got a pretty damn good excuse.
He has no appendix.
No appendix. Last time it was pneumonia. So we're calling him Johnny No Appendix. And
Maybe the pneumonia got his appendix.
maybe it was the pneumonia. We do want to bring Johnny in on the show, and we tried to get him to set up his Skype so that we could do that. But he doesn't really know how to do it, I don't think, because we tried and it didn't
he
work.
acted.
but
I think he was playing the slow on us there.
Maybe. All right.
I'm
So
sure he Skypes with people.
he probably, I don't know, actually.
We know you Skype, Johnny.
He says he doesn't use it very often, but...
You got to turn it
If
on.
Johnny, if you're watching the show, try to call our Skype again. We could give it another try.
Log in.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get up my email-ish program here. So yeah, we have the crew in the house here. So Jerry, why don't you talk to us just a little bit about what's going on with you, why you're here on the show today, and what you got coming up?
Yeah, so I got rated last November 2016 for running a dispensary in Whitewood, Saskatchewan, which I had open for 4 years.
Yeah. What was the name of the dispensary?
It was Martin Medical Services.
Yeah. And you guys were open for 4 years.
4 years.
That's
yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
How many members did you have?
Nearly 1,000 by the end.
Right.
Wow.
In a pretty small town, right?
About 1,000 people.
That's hilarious.
And I hear the population's gone down.
It
since
has dramatically, actually.
Wow. And so explain what happened. The cops just show up and throw the switch, or what's going down?
Not really. Well, yeah, they did. In 2015-13, dispensaries were issued letters by Health Canada. I was one of those dispensaries, and I ignored their warning. So about a year and a half later, our CMP just comes in, and they took it all. They houses, cars, shop, medicine, everything. Took it all.
It's crazy, man. It's brutal. Yeah. And you were given charges.
Yeah, 7 charges for trafficking over 3 kilograms, and then there's 3 other ones, which I don't really recall. It's money laundering, basically, proceeds of crime, other things like that. So,
wow, yeah, and that's what they get you on. And so
where's the victim?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there is no victim. I donated the majority of the money back to my community and to other sick people and poor people, whether they're part of my dispensary or not. Everybody got shared the love from there. So.
You got named King of Compassion in the process.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? I think compassion is a big part of being a dispensary. When I got my license, dispensary license, 20 years ago, they're really compassionate to their members, and I wanted to extend what I learned, just in a bigger way to everybody, man. I wanted to show that cannabis is an awesome tool for not just sick people, but for your community if it's used in the right way.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we were talking about an email that you sent, but I'm just checking my email out here.
Oh, no, it'll be on Facebook.
Oh, it's on Facebook.
Sorry, I messaged you on Facebook.
Oh, no worries. Okay, that was my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, man. So you got a fundraiser coming up, right, on the 10th?
On March 10th, yeah. It'll be held at Karuna Health on their Metal Lounge on West 4th.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I haven't been there yet, but I've heard it's
really
cool.
nice. They've got all kinds of awesome things: slushies, infused coffees, ice cream. They've really put the work into that.
Really?
Place. Yeah, it's
ice
awesome.
cream even. That's dope.
Yeah.
So, and they have these available to their members?
Yeah.
As edibles in the city of Vancouver. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I think they were the first project for edibles. But now things are changing up in the future, so they're going to have to reevaluate that, I'm sure. But hopefully we can beat that as well and get edibles in before 2019. I think they're a huge benefit to at least the medical end of things. And people shouldn't be smoking anyways. So I believe edibles should be now, not later.
Yeah,
people,
in terms
if
of
they're adults,
medicine,
shouldn't be told what they can and cannot.
Well, yeah, we're adults.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure.
But
we don't like
Trudeau,
it, we'll
when he was
stop
asked,
using it.
that he smokes lots of things. He smoked lots of things. Or as a Renaissance
I'm
man,
sure
he
he
saw
did.
himself as and traveling the world.
Salvia?
Places, and he said he smoked many things. It's
sure.
something adults can do if they want. I would think,
Well, you would think so.
You would hope so.
that's true.
Our new drug kingpin.
So,
JT.
so Jerry,
Exactly.
the
Biggest
message
weed
you sent
seller
me,
in
did
the
you
world.
want me to just read this straight off?
Yeah. So did you read the bottom there too? The other message.
The bullet points, or which?
There's an amendment to that. He asked me if that was okay, and I replied to him that I would also like to include growers and cannabis providers.
Oh, cool.
Right, of all kinds of products.
And this is from Paul Lewin, who is your lawyer.
That's correct.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and read the statement here.
Sure.
And I think the paragraph was just at the end of the first. I'll go down and read this.
That's just an amendment.
Inject that into where he wants it to go there. So, it says here, Memo to Martin. This case will challenge the constitutionality of the ACMPR provisions that require medical cannabis patients to purchase their medicine by mail order. That is awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
If the case is successful, the federal government will be required to permit storefront access for medical cannabis patients. Medical cannabis patients have different needs than adult use consumers. It is not sufficient to tell medical users to purchase their cannabis from adult use outlets. Of course, medical cannabis dispensaries have to obtain their cannabis from growers who are willing to provide the cannabis. These growers should be protected until the government solves the constitutional failings. And this part here. And it says, of course, medical cannabis dispensaries have to obtain their cannabis from growers who are willing to provide the cannabis. And that's where he amended that. And those growers should be protected, the growers that are willing to. So,
And then there's a bunch of points in there as to why it's wrong.
Yeah, so it says, why is the mail order system unconstitutional? 1, the mail order system fails medical cannabis patients with urgent need because it does not permit on-demand access to cannabis. Yeah, if you have to order it from mail order, it's going to be 2 or 3 days.
You can pick up your pills
It's
like
medicine.
in 20 minutes if you have to.
Yeah, usually medicine's something you
Your
need pretty
epileptic
quickly.
fit just kicked in. Like, you need it
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Wait 2 or 3 days before it shows up minimum.
That's not happening. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
for
that's
sure.
if they have it.
I will never email order.
Yeah.
So 2, the mail order system fails medical cannabis patients of modest means who can only afford to purchase small amounts of cannabis, such as in 1-gram increments on an as-needed basis.
Very important.
All LPs require minimum purchases because the mail order system makes it financially impractical for LPs to ship small amounts at a modest price. Yeah, so that is obviously, we need some place for people to go and get a half gram or buy a joint. I just need this right now.
That's
Yeah, you shouldn't
correct. Or
have to
maybe
buy
a free gram, which I did every Wednesday for my members. Nobody ever had to buy a gram. They just come in and get it for free.
There you go. There you go. So, Jane,
Fortunately, they didn't like that.
yeah, they
There's only
don't.
1,000
yeah.
people in the town, so
Yeah, the only thing they hate worse than people selling weed is people giving it away for free.
yeah.
For some reason,
Yeah, 3. Well, they did it to Dana when he was giving seeds away. They made a big
Absolutely.
fuss
That's
about
part of my
that.
evidence. The evidence actually
Can't
is a bunch
sell
of
'em.
seeds at my house.
Man, it's just unbelievable. So the third one, the mail order system fails those medical cannabis patients without computer access or computer literacy. And I would add to that credit cards, or maybe that's the next thing.
It's in there.
4 is the mail order system fails those medical cannabis patients without credit cards or bank accounts because they cannot make purchases in a prompt and economical manner. There you go. What if you only have cash?
That's
like,
it.
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Then you know what? Getting a credit card isn't that easy for everybody.
That's right.
There's a lot of people who have bad credit, and it's not. And even when you get some debit cards and that kind of stuff, they don't work with every.
prepaid
They
cards
don't?
and stuff. Yeah, you have
I'm
difficult.
going through that now since they are charging me with money laundering. I can't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. If you lose your bank accounts, you're in
They
serious
took it
trouble.
all,
Yeah.
So.
For OEM.
You don't have a microphone. But yes, the mail order system fails medical cannabis patients by only permitting inadequate and expensive cannabis extracts. That's number 5. So yeah, we need to be able to get really nice quality, high quality extracts.
Yeah, absolutely.
The mail order system
quality
fails
tail.
homeless medical cannabis patients who cannot receive mail order deliveries. There you go. If you don't have a house, you can't order it to the corner. That's a very difficult one. The mail order system fails medical cannabis patients because of the difficult, costly, and time-consuming process of switching LPs. That's a very good point. They only allow you to get from one at a time, right? And then you have to switch it up if you don't like that one.
That's correct. And the other people have you in a contract, and they don't want to let that contract go. We all know how contracts go.
So that is brutal. And the weed that these LPs have so far, all the stuff I've had, is totally not flushed properly. It makes your lips numb. It burns black. And you have to relight it 1,000 times. And that's from Broken Coast. That was the stuff that's supposed to be some of the best stuff out there.
Well, all the stuff from LPs. All
No,
the stuff from LPs
absolute
is
trash.
suspect.
Looked nice.
Yeah.
It's all suspect
nice.
because they're allowed to spray chemicals on that stuff, even in the dried cannabis. So it's all,
The ones they don't want.
yeah. I wouldn't trust any of that stuff with the protocols that they're allowed to follow there.
No,
all
yeah.
tested.
20
Not to mention
different-
irradiation and killing the biology that's on there. I mean, it's crazy molecules. Right?
Yeah, like
20 different approved sprays, right?
For that.
Sorry,
20 different approved sprays.
20 different approved.
And that
sprays.
includes spraying on dried cannabis.
dried cannabis.
dried cannabis.
What the fuck do you need to spray on dried cannabis for?
Get rid
Gotta
of
kill
your
them-
powdery mildew.
Got to kill the microbes. There could be a microbe on there that could hurt somebody.
Yeah.
That is, but
Or
so
they
spray a bunch of
irradiate
fucking
it.
chemicals
Yeah.
on it.
Well,
Brilliant.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be just like the cigarette company.
Body knows what to do with
Thousand
microbes,
chemicals
doesn't know what to
in
do
there,
with
yeah.
chemicals.
Gross.
Man, yeah, that is so brutal.
Make a buck off this, right?
Seems everybody needs to make a buck.
Pretty brutal. All right, so what's the next one on the list here? The mail order system fails medical cannabis patients because they are denied the more practical and therapeutic in-person storefront model.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to be in control of your own destiny. And when you go into a dispensary, have a look at all the different strains there. Choose the one you want.
people,
Smell
yeah.
some jars.
Ask some questions.
Ask questions about what is good for this ailment? What kind of terpenes should I have for if you have back pain or I have this or that?
They want to know.
That's right.
They all work differently. And, you know, it's just like any other substance. The people who work with it usually end up being the experts on it. So they hear reaction from customers. They can tell you, well, I've heard that this one works for this. Well, that a lot of it's anecdotal, of course, but that's still a type of evidence and it's still important. So,
Absolutely it is.
Well, and then when they refer you to one of the other strains, you get to smell it, and the smell is so important to people. It really resonates with your own being as to whether that's something you think is going to work for you.
Therapeutic value of it.
Absolutely.
yeah, and 2 or 3 days in the mail, and guess what? Your weed kind of doesn't really smell that great anymore. It loses its scent while it's by itself. And especially if it's busted up or something like that, then it's really bad, and it just loses all the terps.
And you're separating this particular challenge from the adult use or the recreational use of cannabis. This is most for medical use.
This is for medical use.
Because as it stands with the adult use recreational market, they're not going to be able to smell their weed either. Even in the storefronts that they're allowed to go into, all that stuff's got to be prepackaged, sealed. They're not going to be able to
Correct.
stick their nose
like
in
that
They're
in
not even
Washington.
allowed to be answer any questions. That's part of the new laws. They're not allowed to talk about it unless it's at point of sale about the color, size, and I think that's about it.
I know, and they're not allowed to
Right.
equate any sort of medical value to it. You're not allowed to call in British Columbia. You can't call your store a dispensary, and you're not allowed to say that it has any medical value or use to the customers.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that really brutal?
It's
So stupid.
still a very upside down world we're dealing with here. Lots to
And in
protest.
Saskatchewan, where I was, there's a lot less of that. There's a lot more now. I think there's 20 dispensaries in Regina. You know,
Wow.
that's awesome. Yeah, so it's
pretty damn cool.
It's building momentum for sure.
Well, I'm glad to hear there's so
Well, but
many.
we're going to see what's going to happen to those now with the new legalization. Most of those are not in the plans, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, none of them are probably really in the plans. They're gonna.
Didn't
They
they
said
cap-
they're going to allow them to show good character and close, and then apply.
And then they're going to choose a capped number like 6 or
Right,
something,
then
aren't
they're
they?
going to throw them into a lottery system. But we all know how that goes. 5 out of 6 of those.
Isn't
are
this
gonna
nice
be-
of our public servants to facilitate business in such a brutal fucking way?
And good character, and good character includes good financial records.
See?
So only the rich, again, are going
Yeah.
to be able to participate instead of the average Canadian that's going to be able to jump into a new business opportunity and say, hey, listen, I'd like to open a dispensary. I'm just going to apply for a license like a corner store or a local liquor store or something like that, you know?
It's not going to be like
You know?
that at all.
No, it's going to be big
good-
licensing fees.
And in their definition of good character, that likely doesn't involve people who are willing to break laws and stretch boundaries to make sure people got access to get us to where we are right now.
And that's the big part of this. All this, there's guys, and ladies that have been doing this for 20-something years up here. A lot longer, but you know what I mean, in the dispensary end. And they deserve the credit.
At least
they
to be
built
included
it,
into being able to
especially,
keep doing it.
especially out here in BC and Vancouver with cannabis culture and things like that. They're a forefront of bringing in billions of dollars a year in travel industry, and they've admitted that. So.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the people that are in the industry, the people that were willing to risk it all and open these dispensaries, these are really good Canadians. These are really good people. We need to stop this stigmatization of activists at this point, because the activists that got us here did it because it's the right thing to do. It's the good character thing to do. We're not bad people that engaged in some violation of laws and now they're just letting us get away with it because everybody's doing it. It's not like that at all.
No.
We proved through all of that their laws are harmful, their laws are wrong. This plant should be available to anybody that wants to use it, and it's not the role of government to impede business or to stifle business. It's the role of public servants to facilitate commerce and to help people do what they're doing. And if there are problems that arise from some of that commerce, well, then there should be reasonable regulations that really match what it is that's going on and try to address that. This arbitrary, unjustified group of regulations that they're putting on cannabis, like it was some sort of addictive, explosive, plutonium,
Nuclear substance.
I don't believe it really has anything to do with the danger factor, but it's got to do with being the mob. It's what the mob does.
It's funny, you guys keep mentioning these things I want to show news stories about. You mentioned something just before I quickly forget, though. You guys were talking about
offshore accounts.
Well, there's the that's next. That's next. The first one was about how people who are we were talking about the new rules coming up, and the people that have been doing this for so long are the ones who are still getting arrested. And now in places like Alberta, those people won't be allowed to be part of the new system. Alberta just announced their rules, and I have a news article. Where'd it go? Is it not showing up?
Go away.
It went away.
Yeah, we're going to be in the courts real
Damn.
soon here once this
Yeah, I money
legislation comes
laundered.
down.
I laundered the money back into my
doing it.
community.
I'm gonna make a new one.
Hospital beds and, and stuff like that. They're hiding into the Cayman Islands.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But that's okay.
You're giving
That's
back
so
to your
strange.
community.
Correct,
and not hiding
you
it
know,
at all, like-
and they call that laundering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just black on the screen.
Development.
Hold on one sec, audience at home. I'm going to reload a screen capture.
pitch black.
Just figure out
Going in
why
rows or
this wasn't working. There it is. It's back again.
Joint.
There we go.
All
And
of it,
we'll center that.
Awesome. The joint will be easier. Thanks.
There
I
we
brought
go.
dabs over for you guys to do dabs. Norm Longstaff donated that, so I just wanted to give him a shout out. And you guys want to do it? It's a really nice shit.
Nice. We should show that off on the
I
cam.
got her, dude. Yeah.
Very nice.
Wow,
Stone
looks
out of
nice.
my fucking
Here, get the
mind,
bud cam on that.
You want a leash?
Beautiful. Bud cam.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Give a
Swiss
shout out to
cheesy.
Norm. Thanks, Norm. I appreciate you donating that for the fundraiser.
Nice. There's going to be lots of things auctioned off that fundraiser.
There's a lot of
as I
fundraisers.
understand.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fundraiser's gonna be really good. We got a lot of supporters for sure.
Looks like nice stuff.
Yeah.
And that's
Very cool.
March 10th coming up.
No.
March 10th for the fundraiser.
3636 West 4th, I believe. Karuna's Lounge there.
Yeah, that new Korean lunch. And on the
You know, and they donated that spot at no cost, which was really awesome.
very cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're very good.
That's super dope. I have a bong toke here as well of the sweet skunk.
I have a joint of it. So, oh, actually, I'm gonna smoke hash. I said.
And this
Is that
was
another
this
joint of
stuff.
that same stuff? What we're smoking?
It is so
That
nice.
is the same stuff.
That's the
Sweet
same-
skunk
smells
joints all around.
amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's hit these.
Oh, hash hit.
I can't do that shit anymore. I ain't got the lungs for it.
I got convinced to take one yesterday, and just not.
That's why edibles are so important.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And for
The
health
older you
reasons.
get, well, that's it. The older you get, the less you can. Less you
eating
can
it-
take. You know what I'm saying?
Eating it's really the best way.
Capsules, edibles. You know.
They're giving it every way now.
I did a great interview with Sam Malachi, who I heard had a stroke, and I just wanted to
Really?
say,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I just
really.
saw him at the convention there. It's,
Our best to Sam.
He had the interview and he was flying back. He had it on the plane.
really?
Yeah, I hear he's
didn't know
healing
that.
up.
Oh, man. Oh,
But yeah, we really wish our best to Sam.
yeah,
right.
for sure.
And it was great having him on the show. Or we did a special impromptu interview in the lounge and
Book signing.
book signing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he signed a book for me too.
we talked to him about how the consumption of cannabis works on a different level than just smoking cannabis, and especially for any medical reason, the eating it is very, very intensified in terms of the medical benefits from eating cannabis.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. It's really the
Sure,
way to do
yeah.
it if you want to get well soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And smoking, I mean, is great, but it just doesn't provide.
Much more potent. It does the second bypass for the liver, right? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So here's this article. Alberta lays out rules for the 250 private marijuana stores. So only 250 in the whole province?
Yeah, it seems light.
How
That
many
seems-
coffee shops are there?
Yeah.
Liquor stores.
In
How many liquor
Calgary?
stores?
Yeah,
How many bars? How many
cigarette
restaurants?
selling places.
Yeah,
Oh,
corner stores.
yeah.
Fucking a million.
And
Do
that's
they
the
cap
other thing,
those, you know?
protecting the children. I mean, since I was a kid, we could get anybody to go to the liquor store. I know
yeah.
families that, say it's safer to buy the liquor and let all the kids party at their house.
I know
right?
those
And all the
parents,
other
yeah.
parents.
Hey, man, I did my...
Small town
They're
Canada.
going to create super jails for parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
crazy.
House their kids
for,
in with
and
them.
for 18-year-olds to hang out with their 17-year-old girlfriend and pass her a joint trying to be cool. You know what I'm saying? 5 years for you.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
that can't... That shit cannot stand. It makes absolutely no sense.
And we have some time now to affect what happens in the Senate, right? So you should find out the addresses for senators and write them letters because they're about to vote on this.
Over at the house.
And
Well, they're not about to. We have a news article about
they-
that as well. That
they
there's
say they're going
delays.
to get it done by early June. That's what
which
they say.
means
Let the
means
feet drag.
Well, it means they're going to vote on it by early June. Doesn't
Right.
mean it's going to pass.
it means that at least it will be the end of August before anything actually gets put into law.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, at least. And I'm not.
I'm not
so
confident
sure.
on that anyways.
No.
It's a re-election. That's all it is. I said it from the day he got elected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ain't going to legalize till next election.
No, it's totally true.
Right before. or
Well,
whatever.
Okay.
yeah.
So here's this article. Alberta expects to issue 250 licenses for cannabis stores this year and says anyone who wants to run a weed shop will first undergo an exhaustive check ranging from tax records to mob ties.
Exactly.
We believe that our regulations will strike the right balance, Justice Minister Kathleen Ganley said Friday in Calgary as she unveiled the new regulations for marijuana distribution. The system that we're putting in place in Alberta will create an environment in which retailers can legally sell cannabis and provide access to safe products while keeping the health and safety of Albertans in mind. So when you really get to the nuts and bolts of the thing, they're going to, no one person will be allowed to own more than 15% of the dispensary. So you'll have to have a partnership with other people. You're only allowed to, as a human, own 15% of each dispensary.
Wow.
Seven owners.
So in other words, the big
Yeah.
corporations are the only ones that are going to be allowed to own in their buddies again.
Right. That's exactly it, right?
Yeah.
$400 non-refundable
It's just not
application.
fair to Canadians. I mean, this could take people out of poverty across Canada. You know,
They don't want to let normal people have access to something that might make them wealth.
As
It's so
Well
evil
or
and
well.
it's
Keep
so
them down,
wrong.
yeah.
It's that, and that's what actually marijuana has actually helped people in poverty situations be able to get out of them. It's actually one of those things that, you know, you can, as a kid or as a teenager or as whatever, you can, I did the same thing. It was my method of doing stuff. What's up, Ken? What's up? So yeah, we got to talk, brother, after the show. Yeah, because I'd love to. Wait, we should have you on the show sometime. Yeah. Ken Foster's in the house.
In the house.
Yeah.
It also says you have to put down a $400 non-refundable application
does.
fee. That is a pretty big money grab, that one.
$400
Well,
non-refundable
yes.
application fee.
Yeah, there's going to
and,
be a lot of people applying for that, right?
Don't you?
and a $3,000 deposit for the records and background check.
Well, even 1,000 people. it's
How
400,000.
extensive is that check? Like, I can't
Yeah.
go for a rectal probe this
Ching,
time.
ching.
yeah. You're going to get $1 million in
And then-
just,
Given the full
you know,
check.
deposit, or not
Or for the
deposit,
Cayman
but
Islands.
yeah, more for the Cayman Islands.
And then
They
if
gotta
you get
put their money
approved,
somewhere.
Yeah.
if you get
They
approved,
put
it's
it everywhere by the looks of it. Have you seen where they put it?
Put
It's
what?
All the money from all the Quebec and Aurora and
Oh.
all the, it's insane.
yeah, all these different
Yeah.
places,
Hundreds
Cayman
of them.
Islands,
and they just got 271 million to Chuck Rafichi's new business.
Jesus
there, right?
Christ.
From anonymous members of this Cayman
Anonymous.
Islands. Yeah, what's on the Cayman Islands?
No
right?
mob ties there.
No,
So-
and when Justin Trudeau was asked, he did his usual response.
Oh, we have it here. We have it.
You know, and he
Where
didn't
is
know what
it?
to say at first there.
JTA.
JT is
Yeah.
hilarious. So let's see this here.
I'm gonna get a quote with that on it.
There. So here's Justin. Look at there he
One of
is.
those shirts.
And there he is.
We keep losing it. Hold on, I'm gonna get another screen capture
I'm not
here.
sure what to say.
Yeah.
Hum da ho.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hum da ho, he says.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I mean, I wish you could just play it on there for people. It's 2 minutes. It's hilarious.
we're gonna play
We're
it.
gonna play it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there he is. He was asked about the whole mob tie thing. It's not obviously an unflattering picture of him, but it kind of sums up what he did.
Yeah.
So here, we're going to let you guys take a peek at this.
Who's the
This
real
is fun.
kingpin?
He was doing it because he wanted to
Enjoy
keep
this one
organized
here.
Until he gets a hold of
crime
heroin,
out
which
the
he
market.
wants
We're
to do
learning
next.
today
Oh,
of
where's the
significant
volume at?
investments being made in Quebec.
I think the volume's up all the way.
Offshore accounts
Can
that
we-
have anonymous
are you guys hearing that out there?
Can the Prime Minister give us assurances
Yeah.
that these are not companies set up by organized crime?
Yeah, I can hear it over from the TV.
Mr. Speaker, right now, the sale of marijuana across this country puts billions of dollars in the pockets of organized crime. That is a failure of the current actual system. We know that by legalizing and controlling the sale of marijuana, not only will we reduce the profits going to organized
More
crime,
cocaine
street
and
gangs,
heroin,
and gun
dummy.
runners, we're going to do a better job of
He's got
protecting our
plans for
kids
that.
and their communities with a
First heroin,
legalized framework.
cocaine's next.
The honourable member from Milton.
Mr. Speaker,
Dun, dun,
I'm
dun.
He wants to control
So-
it all. That's the point.
Oh,
you got to
she's
do it
still
step by
talking.
step, right?
Oh, I think they go on and on, but you saw enough.
But
of it.
who's
You saw the
who's who's the real friggin' mobsters? You know?
Yeah.
that's
We know
what
there's
they're
billions
doing.
of dollars going into organized crime.
the
We
mob-
want that money.
The mob says, if you don't do what you do, or you don't give us what you got, or buy from us, we're gonna kill you. or fuck you up at least, right?
Yeah.
So what do? They can't do that. So they take everything you own, and then they threaten you with life sentences, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. And in those types of sentences, I don't even think you can appeal once it's over 10 years or something. I'm not sure on that totally, but it's it's totally unconstitutional. It's totally unfair, and it's just plain greed.
We'll be
It
back in
is.
the courts soon. Hopefully, we still get some protection there.
Yeah.
But it's horrible.
And it's never about the people or the patient, and that's the worst part. They're creating laws
the citizen.
to protect themselves from not having to know
These
anything.
are public servants in a free society, supposedly, where we are the sovereign beings, each one of us.
Yeah.
And we don't pay these people so they can boss us around and protect private interests. We
You know,
hire them to do exactly the
And
opposite of that.
chief financial officer is not there to see how much money he can make. He's there to see how much Canadians can make.
right.
But it didn't work out that way.
No, they're all way outside of their purview here. They're all
Yeah.
acting like as if this is like a 4-year dictatorship. You
You
get
know,
elected into this position, and for 4 years you
Yeah.
can be a dictator.
These people arrested people. They degraded people, which is the worst part. They made other members of society make them look like they're bad people
Yeah, second-class
when they're just
citizens.
people.
Yeah.
And that's the worst part of all the drug prohibition.
Yeah.
Is the
Yeah.
way other people end up treating other people.
stigma against
creating
people.
Yeah.
Different classes of society.
They should
And
apologize
that's just
for it.
bullshit.
Well, they drink
should
their
apologize
alcohol
for
and
that.
s-
Because
point
everybody's
fingers.
a human
Apologize.
being, and everybody deserves
right.
the same amount of compassion as anybody else.
No,
They should apologize for
Yeah.
all the lives they've ruined
Yeah.
and people that they've actually killed because
Killed,
of this
yeah,
drug
yeah.
war. And
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 the
there should be
repercussions,
reparations
you know?
for the families of those people.
We
Yeah,
need
it
to
goes on.
compile
It's
the
a mad
statistics.
cycle, you know?
Exactly.
It's a mad cycle. What goes on?
We just need to compile
after
the
arrest.
statistics. We need to put together the statistics.
I
How
think
many
that would be
Canadians?
impossible,
You know,
the amount of
it would
harm
be
they
immense. It'd be so huge
You
for
know,
all the people that
it'd
have
take
been
a
harmed,
millennia to put
and the
that type of-
spin-off harms from prohibition. When
Yeah.
when one person is arrested, that affects that person's whole family.
Across the
You know,
world it
it's
does.
just
You know,
horrible. You know,
charities, organizations, family, or people can't eat, people
Yeah.
can't pay their bills. You know,
using their positions of power, using our tax dollars to protect the interest of bastards that want to exploit us and force us to consume
how
their
much
shit.
money do they
It's-
need is the question. You know what I mean? Really, what
When are we going to stop it? For me, is the
That's
question.
it.
When are we
It's-
going to revisit our democracy
Yeah.
and say, hey, what do free people want in the way of services from public servants? You know,
That's it.
because what's going on right now is just way
It's
out of
militant.
whack.
You know,
We get to choose between different choices for who's going to win the election, and they both represent a whole bunch of bad shit for us.
He
that we
is
don't want
making
nothing
a
to do
whole
with,
lot
you
of
know?
enemies in communities. That's for sure. He doesn't seem
They
to give
get
a
into
flying.
power. They make a whole bunch of laws to further protect the interests
They
of
should
those
be
that help them.
accountable for
and
those
then if we do
lies.
figure that
Yeah.
out, we have no recourse on these people. They're not accountable for that.
I'm
we just
sorry.
don't vote. They can say they're sorry.
Yeah.
They just run for election next time they get
Yeah.
voted out because you can point to all the corruption and what they've done. And then the new group that gets in there, they don't change most of those laws and things that they put in
No.
place because they benefit them and their
They're
friends too.
already pre-done
so
before
we're just
they even-
subjects. We're not citizens. We're
But-
just
We get a
subjects
choice
But you know
between
what,
the
guys?
bad
They're two
system.
But
guys.
hey, you
They're only
guys-
rental source guys.
Hey,
Hey,
guys. Go on and-
You guys, but didn't
we
you
don't
guys,
like politicians.
Didn't you guys know though? Didn't you guys know that medical marijuana is just a sham, and that
here.
the doctors are telling us that there's new guidelines that they're giving on prescribing pot. They don't want people to prescribe it as much. They say, while enthusiasm for medical marijuana is strong, good quality research has not caught up.
Well, that's what they're saying is there isn't the research that's for anxiety and depression, that they don't really have any good research on that yet. So
Right.
Isn't that a National Cancer Agency and down in the U.S.?
So it's researchers from Edmonton who are warning physicians that the risks may outweigh the benefits
Sounds like
for the
big
vast
oil.
majority of patients.
Researchers.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
like big oil.
Unnamed
Researchers for tweed.
yeah, well, the same pharmaceutical interests that have been putting us into this position right
Sure
from
it
the beginning.
is.
Do you want to trust these?
You know what?
doctors
I thought
to
Mark
tell you
Ware
that
was
shit?
going to be really a good doctor and spread the medical.
He was on the task
benefits.
force.
But you know what? Yeah, I met him out at Cannabis clinical practices. I went and got my accreditation from the Royal College of Physicians too. But you know what I mean? But that don't matter. But yeah, I thought he was really going to do that, but he's just a Sorry, Mark, you're a dick just like the rest. Yeah, Mark Ware. Yeah, Mark's the head of the task force, right?
He was one of the task force guys.
Yeah.
But doesn't he
he's
work?
He's a really smart dude.
Wait a sec,
but
doesn't he work
again,
for an LP now?
He does.
Yeah.
We hired him during the lawmaking. That's right, man. It just stresses me right out.
Unbelievable.
Conflicts of interest, insider information,
man.
corruption everywhere. I think we're going to have some fun in the future unraveling all this and bringing some of these people to task for what they're doing here. It's criminal beyond.
You can't make the laws and work for one of the LPs.
Yeah, what the fuck is with that?
Yeah, dude.
That is just so wrong.
Yeah. Plus, that LP we know is a backdoor. You know what I mean?
Well, you know who else was on the task force that works for the LPs is Anne McClellan. Yeah. She's their lawyer.
Yeah.
It's all RCMP. It's all liberals.
This is such a big
those people
scam.
should, they
Just a
arrested
party.
and degrade
This is
people for
years
this.
in
They
the-
should not be allowed to participate in the business.
What
This
a
is
fucking
years
scam.
in
I
the
can't even
works
believe it.
of these people that we were demanding legalize and regulate. And this is what we get because they put it together. They're clever as can be. We'll legalize and regulate.
Take it over.
We'll legalize it for people to have our weed.
buy it
and
from
we'll
one of
regulate
our
everybody else
stores.
right out of the business. And that's what their plan is. We should have been asking for what Jeremiah was saying. Apologize and subsidize. Because cannabis is going to save us a whole lot of money in a whole lot of different aspects of life. As it
Big civil
suppresses
suit
violence
would be
and-
real nice. You know what I
some
mean?
class action
Yeah,
suits.
class action
Yep.
suit. You know,
Some royal
for all the
commissions
harm
or
and-
public inquiries
Yeah,
and
'cause
all
there's
these things.
harm, there's
This is
torture.
the future that
Yeah.
we are going to drive for because this is so hypocritical, so discriminatory, so criminal
It's the biggest insider trading event of all.
of all time.
It is.
Oh, man.
You know,
Holy
So-
shit.
Yeah.
So here's the article. The guideline published Thursday in the Canadian Physician Journal suggests the benefits of medical cannabis may be overstated and research on its medicinal properties is sorely lacking. Canadian doctors should think twice before prescribing the drug, said Mike Allen, who led the research team.
Screw Mike Allen.
For
Well,
most
they're
things,
prescribing all these other poisonous pharmaceutical synthetics, right?
he said, for most things, we shouldn't be recommending it because we don't have enough research to say if the benefits of the therapy outweigh the risks of the therapy, said Allen, director of the
risks are?
evidence-based
No
medicine
seizures
at the
versus
University of-
hundreds of seizures
Alan.
a day for a child.
Oh, Alan.
How's that for risk?
I seem to recall Lester Grinspoon, Dr. Lester Grinspoon, saying that cannabis should be the first option for people to try because it is less likely to have a harmful side effect than just about anything else that you can
Say
take.
you should try it
True.
first. It's natural.
What's
They
his
say
name?
they know it's
Tate
a
said
plant.
that too.
It's the
And
safest
here
thing
they're
you
saying
can
well,
do.
we shouldn't try it at all.
No, try
because we
500
don't have
chemicals
enough,
first.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
we do have all these
maybe
other
you can
toxic
qualify.
poisons. We're good with
Yeah,
those. But,
sure.
No, it's crazy.
it's
So,
it's criminal.
and of course,
It is criminal.
now we are facing, here's that article I was talking about before here. Recreational marijuana sales in Canada face fresh delays. Nice punny headline there.
Fresh. Means that we don't
Meanwhile,
be
they'll
fresh,
just keep
everyone.
arresting people until they
Smoke
decide.
fresh.
So they're going to arrest a whole
Subway.
lot more people and fill up them jails. Right?
Yeah.
They got to keep the system working. This is all about the judges and the prosecutors and all those people having enough
About
work
the
to do every day.
corporations doing 21st century slavery, filling up those jails with long sentences to make their products cheap.
Yep.
She's
Exactly.
got a big,
Mexico, this
massive
side of
joint in
the
the
border,
picture
right?
here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The big chonger.
Cheap labor, right?
She looks old enough.
Yeah. Was that taken at 420?
Looks like Mike from Smoker's Guide in the back there, but it's not.
Kind of does. That's funny.
Looks like a product of prohibition to me.
I'm saying it is.
Somebody who's acted out in many ways to say "fuck you" to the man.
So government officials say the sale of legalized recreational recreational.
JT on that. Where
Posted that
Yeah.
picture. This is the
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
newspaper.
You can
This
see
is
it
the
there.
media posting this picture. They think
Recreational
that's helpful.
marijuana, which has already been pushed back once beyond the planned July start date, is set to be delayed even further. That's what they said.
More need for dispensaries.
I mean, that's just outrageous that they would even put that picture up there, right?
That picture.
I mean,
Why?
that's just further stigmatization. Look, well, this is your young daughter here. This is this underage female that's now, on this very phallic, long, huge, obviously very dangerous marijuana.
Mike from Smoker's Guide behind.
She's so radicalized and stoned that she colored her hair purple. I mean, this is the mainstream Canadians looking at this. That's who they're trying to get to, and they're saying, "Is this what you want for your
purple
daughters?" I mean,
Yeah.
and she's obviously a wonderful person. It's having a great time, and I'm sure she's really a cool human being. But that's
I didn't
not
read
what
that
they're
into
trying
it,
to
Neil, but,
portray her as. They're not trying to portray her as that
Neil's
at all.
artsy, bro.
They're trying to cater to that mainstream conservative
Partying
audience that they have there.
going to the
They're
museum.
trying to
Say,
stay
oh my
away
God,
from
stay
the
away
medical
from
end.
that.
They're not showing a child that's dying of cancer
That's right.
or something like that. I get what you're saying. That's what they should be
They chose
showing,
a picture like that, and that is a huge, powerful image there to speak to that demographic that they want to speak to.
And
about
the Harlem
And I believe that's why we grabbed
That means
everybody's
change.
attention is in the first place was showing stories like that, stories of compassion,
Yeah.
where the plant really, really helped. And they're trying to sidetrack all that shit because they're taking over the recreational business, the marijuana business, period, and they don't want that shit out there on the news anymore. They just want all these bad
The
stories.
truth is cannabis is used by high-functioning human beings that are, very intelligent in all sorts of different fields and walks of life, and we've tried to show that, through
Even Justin.
through our stuff as well. Well, sure. And instead, what they're saying is that cannabis harms the developing brain. That we're going to have brain-damaged humans because they've been using cannabis
Well,
in
what
their
the fuck
youth.
is that guy
But
doing
we've
running
been
our
using
country if
cannabis
he's
in our
brain
youth
damaged?
For all these decades now, Canadians in their youth have been using vast amounts of cannabis. Where's all the brain damaged adults that would represent that? Justin's one of them.
Yeah, it's
been
clear
using
he's
it,
got the
so,
brain damage.
He's about as brain damaged as you get, and he must have been using some other stuff. But seriously, for them to say that cannabis harms the developing brain and we're going to have brain damaged adults when
on TV.
when millions and millions of Canadians already used cannabis in their youth and extensively and throughout all these different fields of endeavor and walks of life that they do. I mean, architects and lawyers and all these other people are using cannabis because it helps them. It's a focusing tool. It relaxes
creativity.
you at night or whatever. It's got everything for
There's
people.
many strains for many different things
That's
that can help
exactly
you
right.
with many different,
So-
they're
And people like
they're
it.
throwing it all into one big pile and throwing Snoop Dogg on there. I love Snoop Dogg, but the Trailer Park Boys and Snoop Dogg have got nothing to do with medical marijuana.
Cheech and Chong and that
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
stigmatizing
Gotta love Tommy
mentality.
T- yeah.
So-
I love all
Shelby.
those guys.
Yeah.
But
They've
the
started
way
one
that
too.
they're
Yeah.
used is as a tool
And
of the prohibition.
the latest commercial with Tommy in
Up.
there, at the 420, increase driving risk. That was really bad to throw that in there.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's sad. They showed Tommy and Cheech
And then
stuck-
driving in his
stuck
van?
at the
Yeah.
stop sign.
Yeah.
Hey man.
They think they're moving, but they're not. Yeah. That is a great scene.
But-
I mean, there are risks with people using
But-
cannabis outside their regular dose regimen or not.
Or they're not using it or eating it.
Combining it with other things.
But again, we're adults,
So-
and hopefully we'll use it responsibly.
Yeah, if you're impaired, you don't drive, and that's
Yeah.
the lesson. And we do need to talk about those certain things.
Right.
But
So-
to say that using cannabis impairs people, that's a statement
And I don't
that is
think
not
hefty
correct in
jail
its own.
sentences for this right now is very appropriate because this is new to people, and a lot of people are going to be experimenting, and I don't think they should be subject to long, periods of jail for making a
Well,
mistake.
or they
and it's not even
Especially when a lot
again.
of people
It's
don't
not
have
even
a
going to
clue
be
what
legalized.
legalization is.
We're assuming that it's even going to be legalized. Look at this. They're saying that the Liberals initially planned for it to be in July, but the health minister Jeanette Pepitas Taylor said that the Senate vote on the draft legislation would be around June 7th, as you guys said
We got
earlier.
so many of these people.
And then that means if you do, this person said, if you do the math, you can certainly see that it won't be July 2018 because if senators recommend amendments, the bill will be sent back to the House of Commons lower chamber for review, and then would have to go back to the Senate.
Dispensaries.
And the House of Commons is due to break for the summer on June 22nd and won't be coming back until September 17th. So there's no way it's
A
happening.
little pushback,
No.
It's not even, there's going to be, so.
like Christmas next year.
And I think it's good that we get more time to talk about this and convince them and expose them for what's going on.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. So I think we should write to our senators and we should say, have a look at the 2002 Senate report where your Senate said many of the things that are in this Cannabis Act should not be there.
So.
That's right.
You know what else shouldn't be? But here's an article.
want them
Statistics
messing with
Canada to test sewage to determine Canadians' pot consumption.
Oh my God, they're checking
You know what?
Check my
After-
poop.
They can check my poo all day long.
I'll volunteer for that shit. They got me anyways.
This is a horrible story.
Oh, man.
After cannabis is metabolized by the body, traces of THC are left behind in human waste. I don't even want to read this story. The story is horrible.
I'll figure that one out.
This is not good. They shouldn't be doing that.
No,
You're going to spend up to
innovation.
$600,000
It's
a
with
year.
the plants too, right? Now they're going to use that to be able to come into your home, you know, and see, hey, how big are your 4 plants? Or, you know
You're
what I
shitting
mean?
out more
That'd be
weed
a
than you're allowed to
goddamn
consume.
Yeah.
And they're gonna
You can
spend-
tell by your stool samples. You're growing 10 plants.
That's right. You're consuming way
Even
more.
worse.
You're over your limit, man.
They're spending.
Checking your
They're
poop.
going to spend $600,000 to do it.
Holy fuck.
And who owns the company
A
that's
year.
getting that money? And how
And
does
how
he
many
know
homeless
Trudeau?
people are on this
You know?
street alone?
Yeah. How do
Right.
you know, what's his connection to whoever's making the
I thought the
decision
money
about
was.
this?
I thought the money was going to mental health. What the fuck?
Oh my God, that's
What kind
terrible.
of scam is that?
This
Eh?
is
Yeah.
all such
Why
a-
are they
Yeah.
doing that? That doesn't even make sense. It's just so stupid.
We need to reset our democracy.
You know, here's what they say.
to
This is
take
what they say.
back control of our police.
We want
and laws.
to have a good indication of actual consumption numbers, says Peluso. Sometimes we do get quantities, but we're not sure.
Oh man, this way. they
This
get
is from
quantity
Statistics
and quality,
Canada.
man.
This will narrow it down.
They'll
Like,
That guy's in this.
they'll
That's a
know how
Stats
good
Canada
your weed
guy.
was, too.
Oh, that is
disgusting.
terrible.
I only
That's
smoke
a very-
mint,
that's
so
the
it's like
shittiest story I've heard in a
17%.
long
That is a shit thing to do.
It's a shitty story.
Yeah, that
Well,
is.
CP too.
They ought to flush that idea down the toilet.
Nah,
In the future, probably not too distant future, they'll just have something they'll point at you. It'll say yay or nay on cannabinoid presence.
Oh,
you know?
I'm sure.
Maybe we should have like a shit in the woods
Scan
protest.
sample, eh?
ooh,
And
shit
all,
in a bag.
all marijuana users should shit in the woods for the next, like,
Just in a bag.
just to fuck with their numbers. Yeah.
Just in a
If we,
bag.
if we reset our democracy, if we take back our
It'll
guns
show up
and
in your
laws,
mail once a week.
and we can have drug testing in the future
Hey,
to make
what
sure
if
that all
Odds,
former
maybe.
What if we dump a whole bunch of distillate down the toilet? Like, just like
Don't let your
endless
poop in the
amounts.
toilet,
Yeah.
Stoners.
They're-
gonna
and they'll
fuck
be
their
like, oh my
panel right
God,
up,
there's
man."
so many people. Like, it'll be
in a perfect
overloaded.
reality, we take back our democracy
Yeah.
and our police force.
I wonder
and
how
we-
much those
we-
jobs
we-
are going to pay.
we-
That's
we
going to
put-
create jobs.
We put penalties or conditions on these former prohibitionists, and we do serious drug testing on these people to make sure that their cannabinoid levels are up where they're supposed to be.
Why
And,
don't we do cannabinoid and other drug
and
testing
that should
on
be the
police
future, man. You
officers
test it
and-
for drugs, and if
yeah.
you don't have enough cannabinoids in you, I will give you some.
I believe. Well, yeah.
How do you get arrested?
So,
So,
Yeah,
you know, it's going to take a little bit of time to turn that around, but you know, we're working on it.
I think it's going to probably take another decade.
good quote in the
Someone
audience.
else is going to win, then they're going to want their plan, and then their plan.
It was 14
Then
years
they're
ago.
going to lie.
A
14
good,
years ago, I read The Emperor Wears No Clothes, and I said,
Yeah.
with this information, it shouldn't take more than a decade to do this, right? And then it was pointed out to me that Jack Harrer, when he wrote it, said it shouldn't take more than a decade as well. And that was 34 years before I read it. And now it's been 14 years since I read it. And it looked like we had legalization coming when we all said, hey, let's vote for Trudeau because he's going to do it.
I feel
But
bad.
instead, now we've got still an uphill
Yeah.
battle against, them against us, the legal weed against the illegal weed. And exactly.
You know, the
So-
only good thing is
Sad.
it really brought people out and started creating new products and moving forward. So
There's
so
a
that-
lot of
so-
positives.
yeah,
There really is a lot of
absolutely there is.
positives.
Yeah.
And we have come
And a
long
lot
way.
of people have stepped up, man. Said, fuck you, I'm opening.
And I don't
a
think they're going to get
dispensary.
away with it. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I think, and like you
Yeah.
say, within a decade, we should have this where it should be, or at least
Yeah.
closer. They're not going to get
Yeah.
away with it. The momentum is too strong. Cannabis, the spirit of cannabis is too powerful. This is a positive thing we're involved with here. This is helping people's lives in so many ways, right? That's why
Absolutely.
people like it, because
Yeah.
they find
That's
what
why I got into it.
it helps
It's
different people for
yeah.
different things, but it helps everybody with something.
Yeah.
Most people, not everybody, but so many people. So,
And
you
they
know,
should be able to go into a store and get what they want.
fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
We're free people in a free country here. Government
That's
does
it.
not have a place in impeding commerce between people. They
No.
only have a role to play in facilitating that. And if there's harms that arise, address those
and in
harms
studying our
reasonable ways.
shit, apparently.
And yeah, not spending
And-
our money,
and
our
study-
money to
and-
study our shit to see if we've overconsumed cannabis or not.
Jeff A. in the chat
Wow.
says they finally found something the government is qualified to study.
Because they're specialists.
Or something I kind of don't mind them studying. You know,
That's good.
Throwing the poop.
you sit around,
Lord.
you know, sit
The
knee deep,
Cannafici
So-
study.
sit knee deep in shit all you want.
I wonder
That's
if
where
they
you
got
should
a
be.
code name for
Other
I'll provide some of the samples.
Other provinces are now selecting their marijuana rules, and there's another article here. Manitoba selects mix of organizations to handle marijuana retail sales. So they're
You know
going
who
to have...
those organizations are? Or no, we don't. They're hiding their identities. We forgot.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it says the Manitoba government has selected a mix of organizations to handle retail sales of recreational pot when legalization across Canada. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it says including licensed producers, a medical clinic operator, and First Nations communities.
I want to see what the First
The
Nations
province?
are going to do myself.
Yeah.
They're going to rise
yeah.
up for sure. I hope
hope
they
so.
do
Well, that's
rise
at
up,
least
you
that's
know
a
what
good
I mean?
point of
Don't
it.
tell
So-
them what to do.
Bad
That's
enough to
happy
take their
to-
land. Now they're going to
Well,
tell them they can't grow the herb.
I
What the
thought he changed all that when he did his election. That was one of his election lies,
Yes.
right?
What it also accepted a proposal from Haiku
Yeah,
brand subsidiary
Promolize. That's-
Tokyo Smoke, which already has non-dispensary retail stores in Ontario and Alberta.
how can
You
we-
gotta be fucking kidding me,
I knew that was
Tokyo
coming.
They were
Tokyo
high-tech
joke?
for a while.
Yeah.
man.
What
they,
chip?
you can go there with your large format dragon
Who is
bong.
Tokyo Smoke.
Yeah.
They
Really?
could go to
It's
space.
probably
You know?
smoking
Tokyo
mirrors.
Smoke
Yeah,
is-
for
isn't his
sure.
name
Bunch of
Alan
people from
Gertner?
Tokyo too. You know what I mean?
Alan
And
Gertner.
Why would they even put
everybody
that in
should be
there?
allowed to, you know.
Put
Wow.
that in there,
What
like
a fucking
Tokyo
joke.
Smoke.
I don't know. It's
That
like
just
it's-
makes it
Boo.
It makes you think about something different than what they're really doing, right? Because
Very distracting.
It is distraction.
Very
That's all it
distracting.
is, man.
Yeah.
That is just
Yeah, for
brutal.
sure.
Or brutal.
Brutal. And so it says there's more here. Manitoba also selected National Access Cannabis, which is expected to adapt its medical clinic model to cater to the province's retail cannabis market. The province also chose a proposal from a new corporation comprised of the Fisher River Cree Nation in Manitoba, Chippewas of the Thames, or Thames. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Thames. It would be if it was not in the UK. First Nation in Ontario. Barrie-based Medi Farm Labs. Toronto-based Havana, Canada, Inc. And Colorado-based Native Roots Dispensary. Manitoba is one of several provinces that are allowing for private retailers to handle sales of recreational cannabis, while provinces such as Ontario, so on and so forth. You got the picture. So that's who they're including.
Well, that's good.
It's a pretty small list, but at least there's some, it's not like
But how do
completely
they
exclusive.
pick and choose who's allowed, especially when it comes to natives?
Well, yeah, I
probably
would.
the-
Well, on
yeah.
any
Oh,
level.
I
And then
think
they
that
added a few extra other
the
people.
native leaders should be able to pick and choose, maybe. I'm
Well,
not
yeah.
sure how it works.
I don't
Yeah,
think we
you're
should be
right.
I
imposing
got about
anything
an
on
eighth
those
native
folks.
in me, so I don't know.
I would
don't
imagine
know,
that- I would
but
say
I
that would
think
be
that's
more
the way.
fair.
Why don't you leave it up to them
Yeah.
to decide?
Yeah,
right?
instead
Let
of
their
including
leaders
only a
decide.
couple different groups of people.
Well, right.
And
There's two native groups mentioned there in that list, right? And are they groups that would be
And how many
Three.
checks did
supported
they
One-
get?
and one
supported
from
by other native
Colorado.
groups, right?
Well,
and one from Colorado.
quite frankly,
Yeah.
I don't believe
One-
anything they're doing is
And this
above
Tokyo
board,
Smoke
you know
Joker-
what I'm saying?
Tokyo
It's
Joke.
all
Jokio
prearranged. Again.
Smoker.
Sure, insiders can-
The deals are made.
Jokier.
right?
Yeah, he is from he's not from Manitoba. I don't think so. Maybe he is. I don't
Who
know.
knows?
Why
Midnight
didn't they
Joker.
let the people actually take a vote on how it should be distributed? An actual vote.
free market.
So if you didn't know about the Tokyo Smoke
Yeah.
thing, these guys
Well,
are
the
just
free
really
market had
arrogant.
decided. They've been going for 20 years.
They're like these Tokyo Smoke guys, the ads and stuff. They were just very condescending towards the marijuana movement, and they said, "Oh, it's like, those are like trashy." The marijuana people talking
Yeah.
about us,
Yeah.
and they're.
So you know where that's coming
He
from.
compared us to like a garbage dump, I think, in one video, the pot community, and then he was like joking around about like, oh, there's only one type of bong, and so they had this like, he said there's only
their bong.
a large or small format dragon bong.
So stupid.
And then, and then he like had this bong that it was on Vice that they were slanging. It was like some outrageous price.
30,000 or some
Yeah,
shit.
and it was like made from a like 3D printer, and it was like all
It
like
was the shittiest.
it looked really bad.
Patented.
Like
Or it was like
I'd smoke
metal or
China
something.
glass any type before I'd smoke out of that thing.
Was it
Like,
metal or was it?
No, I think it was plastic,
Plastic?
like 3D
Yeah.
something.
That is so weird.
They said it could go to space. They could put their whole company into space.
They should.
Could fly
No,
up there.
I don't. Who wants to go to a Tokyo smoke though?
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
BC
they don't-
smoke shop.
they don't sell.
Sounds like a rap group.
they
to
don't
me.
even
Shout
sell
out.
weed. These guys have never sold weed. They sell like coffee,
Plastic bong.
plastic bongs, and coffee, and like little crappy grinders you put in your wallet.
And, oh, those card grinders.
Card grinders. Yeah,
Useful. For
just
not
cheap
so much.
shit.
You want to see your next time.
Yeah. So what do we got here? This is the fundraiser stuff.
Yeah, it's a fundraiser poster.
Nice. Let's check this out here. Hold on. Let me put this over so I can actually see it. That's a cool poster.
Thanks, man.
Looks like a
Yeah,
Jack
you design
Daniel's
lots of really
bottle or
cool
something.
stuff, man.
Yeah.
Looks like a
Have
bottle
fun
of
doing
Shannon.
Is
it.
that cannabis
Yeah.
induced to some degree? Creativity?
Popcorn,
Yeah,
Shannon.
absolutely it is, man.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing. I smoke
Yeah.
a joint. I get in there and I'm in there for hours. I love it, right?
Nice.
Cool poster.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we got another cool poster here.
I like that poster. It's a little out there, but
That's
but I love the poster. You know,
Dun, dun, dun.
it says it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome.
And that's what they're doing. The gangsters coming in with their guns saying, give me your shit.
Yep.
We're taking over.
Yeah.
All right?
Help save our cannabis.
Where are the victims
You know,
is the question
Well,
here,
that's
you know?
it. We help so many people and
Yeah.
helped our community in so many ways.
Well, who's the person they're dragging into court so you can face your challenger and see your victim there
Well,
that they're
it's
going to
Health
say? yeah.
Canada. So who? Do
Oh,
I
you
get
heard
to
Health
face?
Canada, did you?
They're the complainant,
Yeah, oh, I see.
right? So
So how were they harmed?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
They lost.
How would they?
business.
Well, they did
Lost
lose
business now.
You know, the
Yeah,
worst part
better
is I met
weed.
these guys
Well,
face to face.
I hope they're going to put that.
Awesome,
I hope they're
right?
going to put that on the table.
I did meet the guy, and I can't remember his name, but I did meet him at Cannabinoids and Clinical Practices, and the look on his
Oh.
face was priceless when I went up
Can Landlord roll
because
a
I
joint or
introduced
something?
myself.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said, "Oh
wanna
yeah, I
roll
know
a-
who you are."
Sativa joint.
Right.
Yeah, but he said he didn't have any cards
Negative
on him,
fatty.
but he would get back to me.
I see.
So he got back to me, I guess. He sent the RCMP a year and a half later. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. I don't know what to say anymore about that.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that is so
But
good.
yeah.
It's a new journey for you, is what it is.
I gotta
You know,
say,
they changed your
That's it.
path. You know, you'd been helping people
did,
with what
yeah.
you were doing there in
We'll try it
Whitewood,
after.
and now you're
very
helping
good.
people by what you're doing in the courts.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
and
that's
it just
it.
is what it is. And,
yeah, man.
You know.
Well, and I'm glad you're doing the fundraiser. That should get some people out there. Get out to the Karuna Lounge, Meta Lounge.
It's an important constitutional challenge.
On the
or
10th.
challenge
We're
that
going to
they're
do
doing.
another one too. In around 420, Tim Powers is going to give us a hand with that one there. So that one might be a little bigger. This one is getting pretty packed already, though. She's getting a little worried.
I'll hold off on the promotion then. Sorry about that.
No. Promote all you want. Well, I meant to. Yeah.
If it's too packed and sells out, you can still,
Yeah,
you know,
can donate
you can
online.
Donate
too,
online.
to
There's a
the
fundraiser there.
GoFundMe.com/King of Compassion. We're taking online donations there. You can check out the Facebook group there too.
Right.
Health Canada versus King of Compassion.
Nice.
Yeah, this plan can do a lot more than just make money for people. It could go directly, and that's what I try to do with my dispensary, is show that it can go directly back to your community if it's community run by somebody from that community. And, this isn't a community that I moved into. I was there, 7 years before that. And by the way, I'm sober, and I did a lot of businesses. I ran a tattoo shop, had a tow truck company. I've got 6 DVDs out. I got books, apps. I got a resort in Peru. Check that out. That's awesome. Ayahuasca.
you help a lot of people in Peru.
Yeah, absolutely. So I employ an entire community down there as well. And these people are in the jungle. It's not from town going out into the jungle. These people live in the jungle.
No,
so it's
there's a
very
lot of-
important to me. So that hurt too, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm keeping them alive, trying to build this thing up so that people can attend. It's there now where we can have people attend. We just just open registration for it.
Nice.
It's taken about a year. It'd been a lot easier if I had money.
Yeah.
So these guys are down there working a lot for nothing, right? Trying to get this going, but it's really going to benefit their community. and we're giving part of the profits back to that community as well. So
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna take. We're actually looking at taking the first people ever. Tourists into see the Jaguar tribe. And do ayahuasca in there, like miles into the jungle, and do ayahuasca with the actual Jaguar tribe and hunt with them as well.
Wow.
Really cool stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Changing their lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my business partner, he's a relative of them. I went and met his grandfather, and we had to drive miles into the bushes, but we're going a lot further into the bush this time, into the jungle. But it's a very cool experience. It's very healing.
For a younger man than me, I
doing,
think, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's all right. Well, it's going to take about
You
6
could carry me, I guess.
Willie's going out here. It's going to take him about 6 days to get into the jungle, 3 days by foot. But we're going to condense that for you. That's the whole purpose of this trip, is to get it down to, 1 day out there, 1 day in helicopter or whatever we got to do, right? So
Eventually pave it. And you
Come on, Neil.
well, you just actually really, for miles
Just
and
get on a
miles
pair of those
in
red
the
shorts
jungle,
and
it
hit
is
the jungle.
paved.
Jungle
The Army,
shorts.
Your jungle
paved
shorts.
all these little paths through the jungle.
Oh, yeah?
These little, so it's really cool, yeah. But we're going way past that, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds awesome. That sounds amazing.
I'm gonna load the
gotta
bong
post
again
pictures
here.
about that
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah, for sure.
I've seen lots of the pictures you have posted from Peru, the
Yeah.
people there that you're helping and stuff. And
Ayahuasca,
it's
that's
awesome.
very cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's,
You guys
it's-
do sessions and stuff down there?
Yeah, so ayahuasca, Cambo, and the rapé. Yeah, and when we're going into the jungle here too, we're going to look for other medicines they're using, right? So yeah, stuff we don't know about. So that's the
very
cool
cool.
part, right?
Yeah, new,
yeah.
exciting things. Yeah,
It is exciting.
And that
man.
the
like all kinds
ayahuasca
of
is a-
natural medicines out there, not just cannabis. And that's what I really want to dive into that.
A lot
in
of good
my
reports of
future as
people
well.
that suffering with addictions have used ayahuasca to help with that.
Medications all
The
came
nut
from the
shorts
sort of thing to begin with.
The nut shorts.
And it fell into the chemical world, right? And I believe we should go back to a lot more natural. There's a lot of good medicines out there for sure. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking science.
Ganja
or
Lion
doctors.
has been
There's
watching
not
for a
all
while.
evil.
But I'm knocking some of
There's
that.
a lot of them that are lost in the ways, just pushing the pill, right? So, that needs to change. They're
Some
killing
pills are
people.
better
right?
than others.
They're killing people. They're ruining families too, right? And then again, they're criminalizing those people when they get addicted to heroin or
Well, the
other things.
pharmaceuticals typically they're synthetics. They try to synthesize the active ingredients that we find in the
So
herbs
they
and
can,
the plants, right?
so they can patent it.
And we're made out
Right.
of plants. That's what we eat. That's what fuels our body. That's what builds our body. That's why herbs work for us. That's why plants work for us. And so getting back to that part of nature as to those plant medicines and those plant
Stuff
chemicals.
you can grow yourself. You don't
Exactly.
need money
I mean, it's
for.
very
You just
powerful.
a nice little line, Yeah, for sure. You can take care of yourselves. You don't need to count on them.
Well, for
Right?
sure. We sure
So,
shouldn't be forced into it.
That's for sure.
I mean,
It should be a
they
choice.
can have their synthetics, I guess, if they want, if they pass certain things to be able to be sold to the public. But we sure shouldn't be forbidden for using the natural plant medicines in any form. I mean, we're natural beings on this planet. We have those natural rights. And all of these plants and cacti and medicines that we find in,
And
in
that's
the
what I
natural
love about
world,
Peru.
that's all available to us. And there's nobody that should be telling any sovereign being, a human being out of it, that they can't access any plant in any way that they see fit. If they're not hurting anybody else, especially if they're trying to help themselves with medical conditions, who are these people that would limit your
They're
access, restrict
impeding
your
on it.
access?
I believe there's
to
a law
things
that can
help you.
get 10 years in jail for that, right?
We've
So-
given these companies way too much power to protect their interests, and we haven't given
And
it to them
that's
so
it,
much
it's
as they've
companies,
taken
it's
it
not the government,
by their
right?
lobbying
Yeah.
of our public servants behind closed doors, which results in these protections for them at our expense. And that's what's been wrong with our democracy for a long time. That's why we need to reset it. We need to really have a serious look at all of these different laws that are there and who they're actually protecting and what they're actually costing us and the consequences of these things. Because they have not been serving our interests for many, many a year, if they ever did, in this democracy that we have going on in Canada. Might be one of the best places to live in the world, might be one of the best places to be governed by public servants, but it's far from where it should be. We are still highly oppressed by these people. They have way more power than they should. And in this form that we're talking about
We're
right
getting
now,
more
of
oppressed.
not
It's
having
getting
access to
worse.
these plant medicines and it being a crime to access these plant medicines, well, there's a great example of how they're way, way, way over where they should be, and we need to reset all that.
I agree.
Yeah. Cops should be going after them, not protecting them.
Absolutely. And I hope they do, because the RCMP, they know about this shit. All right, you know what I mean, and that's their job, right? Is to go out there, you know, and
I want to change gears a little bit on that note because
They're not
I
as
don't
dumb
wanna
as we
leave
think
without
they
talking
are.
a little bit about the Cannabis Substitution Project.
Oh, yeah.
And there I was the other day out there on Denman Street with my table set up, just me with the Cannabis Substitution Project and Roxanne. Shout out to Roxanne. Roxanne. You know, we had good signage about what we were doing there. We tried to talk to the community around us about what we were doing, but apparently there was still some community complaints. Maybe people driving by in their cars. I don't know. There's a real zest right now going on in this city. They didn't have no names, but they showed up. And why I wanted to transition to that was because these cops told me that what they were being asked to do didn't fit with their own personal beliefs, but they couldn't consider that. I said, well, you might want to consider that. And as a human being, you probably can consider that, right?
You know, I've asked them the same thing about their moral obligation.
You know, it didn't fly in Nuremberg, and I hope it's not going to fly for very long
I hope
here
enough
either.
of them
You know,
grow
just
a
doing their
conscience,
job.
you know?
Yeah, they're
know?
really hurting people.
Yeah.
Right? And especially with what we're trying to do with the Cannabis Substitution Project is we're providing cannabis in the form of edibles to people that are on these opioids and other street drugs that are potentially going to kill them with the problem we have right now with it being tainted with fentanyl for who knows what reason.
The police should
But
be
we're
the
trying to
biggest
save
advocates.
people's
With all
lives.
their PTSD and all the shit they say, they should be advocates.
They really should.
But
But-
they see they are becoming advocates as long as they can take over the business.
Well, as individuals, if you can, coerce it out of them, they will tell you that they don't really agree with this, that they wish they weren't doing what they were doing there. But as an organization, they are a tool of these corporate, entities that are really trying to stamp us out.
Tool's a good word, yeah.
Yeah, they're tools, all right. And that's what's happening is the organization itself has been co-opted and makes those policy decisions at the top. And what they're saying now is, nope, we're not going to allow any of these farmers markets tents or the cannabis substitution tents to set up and provide access to people.
I get their police and stuff, but can't they, make decisions for themselves? They're adults as well, right? They know that they're impeding, when they're these
They should
people
be
are
able to
helping
refuse that job.
They're hurting people by arresting them, right?
Yeah.
And they must know that. At least some of them.
Maybe the two
You know
cops.
what I mean?
Maybe the two cops that came to us.
But power is more important to them than doing the right thing, because that's what being a police officer becomes at that point. It's about keeping your power instead of doing the right thing.
Maybe those police officers that showed up were like the fourth ones to
Yeah.
be asked to do that, and then the first three said no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe other cops refused that
Maybe it's gang
assignment.
mentality too. Is they call gang mentality?
Well, it's more about
when there are a bunch of them, mob mentality.
Well,
Sorry,
it's
gang
peer
mob.
pressure, which is involved in that, but it's also fear of failing to advance. That they don't want to tell their superior that, I don't think I want this assignment here.
True.
Hopefully they go back and report what I said to them and can use
Hopefully they don't
their
go back
own
and
heart.
report what I said.
Well, I hope they do go back and say, I'm not sure it's right to shut this guy down.
Yeah.
That he's there trying to provide access to save people's lives.
I've always been very
and
clear.
it seems to help.
Yeah.
And I really do lay it on them that, there's fentanyl deaths coming up in the next week here, and you could be responsible for that because you shut us down from being able to give people access.
Several of my members got sober while I was there.
Right.
And unfortunately, there was one that messaged me, and he fell back, man.
From just alcohol or from
not just
other drugs as
It
well?
wasn't, from other drugs as well, and it's really sad to see him do that. But it wasn't just the cannabis; it was having the dispensary that he said I gave him hope, right?
Yeah.
So that's the worst part.
It's very sad that the city's taking this stance, that the media spun that so that the city would take that stance. It's all very sad.
They knew it helped that community. You got to understand, this is Vancouver or something. There's 1,000 people there. We all know each other. Yeah. They know I was there 4 years helping people every day.
Yeah.
Building buildings.
So were the RCMP that came in that day, were they like local guys that have a
so
shop
they're
in
all,
town?
I give them a hard time. Yeah, they got it. And then he started twisting up everything I said too in the disclosure. They're just, it's really sad. You know what I mean?
I've lost a lot of respect for cops if I ever had any.
Yeah.
I have respect for what
I thought some of them were really nice too, right? Because I've known them for, it's 10 years, right? I lived there 10 years. And they know I owned that building for many years before. They know I owned my home for 10 years. But they came in and took it all. It's clear proceeds of crime.
One thing I've learned about cops is they're two-faced.
Yeah,
it's two-faced. they can talk to you like they're a
Yeah.
nice person and they're all good and everything.
All right.
Yeah.
But boom, something else changes. They now decide you're.
All right, you guys are
That's it.
you guys are way out on a tangent
Yeah,
here.
I
The
know.
culture.
You know how I feel about them. I have run into a
guys.
few in my lifetime. I've been in a lot of trouble back in the day before I got sober, and I have run into some good ones.
Well, they were good to you at that time.
At that
Maybe
time.
they were good in general.
All right,
Yeah.
you
And
guys
I'd
are
like
way
to
out
think
on
that
a.
they could be good
You guys are out in
Yeah.
tangent
You guys are
land.
strung out.
But
I
I don't
didn't
trust
say
them.
that.
I'd like
I
to
don't
thi-
either.
but-
I've lost my
Reeling you
respect
back
for
in.
them.
Yeah.
I'm
And
reeling
there
this
might be
in,
good ones,
boys.
I'm sure there are, but they've been
Pump the
tainted
brakes.
now by
Yeah.
so many of the others and their behavior.
Sure, back in the
and so I
70s,
just don't
when I
trust
grew up
them.
as a kid, it was a little different situation. Now
All right,
it's just
guys.
a military situation, and everybody's trained. It's done for the government. You do what we say. We're
You're
your
gonna
boss.
follow those orders.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if they don't listen, do whatever
Okay,
the hell
guys.
you want.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out later.
We gotta
And it's for them each one a
Neil.
paycheck too.
we gotta wrap this up,
Oh,
Neil.
yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry, dude.
Yeah,
We're
and
stopping.
so we
You wrap up yours. We'll just keep talking.
we were trying to call Johnny here as well, and here, can we see it here? Oh, it's too bright. It's so bright.
Fucked up.
Wow, that's crazy. That
Johnny
is
right
definitely
there.
not. That's Johnny. Yeah, no,
Did he walk into the light there?
that's him. Hold on. There you go.
Oh, there he is. Sorry, Johnny.
Look at him.
Dun, dun, dun.
And right there, he's probably missing an appendix.
Moments before or moments after he had an appendix.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Feel better, buddy.
Yeah, and we couldn't get a hold of him.
Shit's
He's
a
probably
jar.
sleeping because he was up all night getting his appendix taken out, or he was probably out while they were doing it. But
He's probably awake and back in and out.
yeah, so he's resting, but he'll be back soon enough, I'm sure.
If
But
not,
yeah.
we'll bring the camera down.
Exactly. And we got to wrap things up. It's only 5:30, so we're not going 3 hours today. The reason is I have too many things to do. I got a whole bunch of stuff on the list tonight, so I can't really like draw this show out any longer.
Friday night list.
It's a Friday night list. It
Did
is.
we cover everything? Because there's like the Mom Cup coming up. Real quick.
Mom
Yeah,
Cup's
that's
coming
right.
up. I'm going to
Oh
that
yeah, I thought maybe
was
Asia
supposed
was
to.
gonna. She might have stopped or was thinking about stopping by, but we didn't end up seeing her.
She's so busy, man. The preparations
bee.
for this cup, lots going on. It's going to be so exciting. I've seen the bags. There's lots of swag. The entertainment always over the top when Asia's involved for sure. So it's
Yeah.
going to be
A
a
lot
lot
of
of fun
sponsors
coming
for
up on
that,
the
for sure.
23rd, 24th, 25th.
Yeah.
I think there's still general admission tickets available. I think it's $25 for the weekend to go as general admission.
Good deal. You cannot miss it.
Yeah, if you're in town and you want to see the Mom Cup, you gotta find out about that. It'll be somewhere in Surrey. Yep. I'm not sure the venue's been released yet. I know
There'll
those
be
people
some
that want their
shuttles.
bags. J-Mac, you were asking me about that. Those bags are now available. I think. No, not yet. Okay. Well, maybe now because you've been sitting here for an hour and a half, so they might be running now. I'm not sure.
That's true.
Anyway, I know she's very busy. It's a lot of work putting all that together for sure. There's a lot of good volunteers helping
Yeah.
with that. So
No, and it's gonna be fun. It's coming very soon, 23rd to 25th.
I know that the kit's already went out to the mail order because there's mail order judging.
Mail
going
order
on.
judging.
Sorry, Jeremiah, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's good. No, mail order. Yes, I had nothing.
Well, this
else
is
to
the
say about it.
mail order marijuana cup. That's what
That's
this is all
right.
about. And so, for I think the first time ever, people are going to be able to judge online.
Yep.
Getting kits sent out to them and stuff. So
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Get high with your friends around.
you don't actually have to physically be at this event. You can.
It's so
Yeah,
cool.
She's mailing out to judges.
Yeah, and they're
They got
already
an
done,
online
and
kit
so
coming.
people are out there
Yeah.
sampling
Yeah,
right now. I'm
cool,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
and a lot
so
of really cool
awesome.
sponsors. I can't begin to list them, so
Yeah,
I won't.
there's
But,
few, I
but there's
see.
a lot of good sponsors.
That is
as well.
so
Check that out.
very cool. I love that idea. And
She's having a
yeah,
Triple
nobody
X
else is
night
doing
or
that.
something Friday too.
It's gonna be a good time. It was
Yeah.
last
Checking
year.
that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, last year the entertainment was triple X.
Nice.
Yeah, we're gonna try to bring you. We'll bring you something from the Mom Cup.
Snitbits.
Snitbits. Yeah, on at least on our Facebook page. We'll see because sometimes we have to shoot them on just the
Facebook
iPad.
Live.
Facebook, we default to Facebook. It's usually because there's just more people watching there, and it is easier in a way. But yeah, well, we might be able to output to both of them if we use the Microsoft Surface, though. But sometimes what happens is it gets bogged down and then it gets choppy, and it depends on the internet.
I believe they're bringing Wi-Fi because I heard that they're gonna have a heated outdoor smoking tent.
It's a huge outdoor smoking tent, says J-Mac.
With double heaters.
Oh, heated.
Heated outdoor smoking tent.
Yeah. Landlord.
The
Landlord's in the house.
Landlord's in the house. Landlord should have his own show on Pot TV. And he just makes like dirty jokes, basically.
Welcome to the Landlord TV. Dirty joke, white man jokes, any kind of jokes. You want to have a joke? Come here. I'm not prejudiced against color TV, but the color guy couldn't fix the black and white. I want my land back. Hello, you potheads, potland in the TV land. The landlord's in the house.
Landlord.
Hey.
Landlord's in the house.
Can't
He's
wait for the
upside
one-
down.
Why are we
He
upside
sits
down?
on the
Why is he
roof.
upside down?
That is so strange.
I know.
420 is coming.
There he is.
Global Marijuana March, May 5th. First Saturday of May. That's
Yeah.
also Mexico.
I remember doing that.
Uh-oh, why
Cinco
is
de
it
Mayo.
upside down?
One day,
Yeah.
2 years ago, or was that a year ago?
Ah, torch.
Took over that bridge.
Yeah, Landlord is he leads the march every year for the Global Marijuana March, and he's a longtime activist, marijuana activist here in the city of Vancouver. Landlord, yeah, we really should have a Pod TV show. You should
I
be.
could get some jokes in there. I could
Yeah.
dress up as a white man or a black man. Makeup and everything, you know.
Oh, Jesus.
But today I'm brown because the sun was out. I love you guys at Pot TV, Jeremiah.
Love you too,
I
man.
don't know the other two characters.
Love
Cookie
you,
and Jerry.
Landlord.
Lucky and Jerry. Yeah, Friday night. Have a good
It's Friday
Love you too,
night.
brother. Yeah, we should. We'll work on something. That'd be funny.
I'll get you some stuff.
Oh, Johnny says he's laying down.
From Global TV.
Johnny's laying down. We knew that.
Johnny's laying down.
He's probably watching us.
Yeah.
If he is,
Hi, Johnny.
stay laying down.
If he is, yeah, go lay down.
Get well, John.
Yeah.
Don't sit up, bro.
All right, we gotta wrap this up.
Wrap it up like a package.
Wrap it up like a package. Well, Pod TV, thanks guys for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for
Again, we should show off the posters here.
There's other pod.
Yeah,
TV shows.
GoFundMe.com/King of
both of them going,
Compassion.
that's cool.
And find us on Facebook.
That's a good job.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, save our dispensary, save our growers, save the other people that produce all their stuff to keep us going. Dispensaries are a huge needed part of this this industry, and not just government-run ones. We need it run by the people for the people.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, man.
Donate.
That's right. Well, thank you
man.
very much for coming on, man. And I, look at.
Oh, we spoke of the devil.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. She made
Did
it.
someone call you and tell you that you're wanted over here?
That's good. How's it going? May Moon is in the house.
That's funny. We
Yeah.
were just talking about you next door as well.
Well, ears burning both ends.
Oh, that was a good run actually from over there.
How's
It's
preparation? Everything going well?
Yes, except for one little flaw today at 2 o'clock, but we fixed it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's okay.
No flaw.
When?
Are you ready?
There are bags that are ready right now.
Our bags.
They are.
Whoa, hear that, people?
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's like 2 o'clock. We realized it's not going to generate our names. We're going to have to do them all manually.
See? Okay.
That was good. It was fun actually. Got some fun creative names. Yeah, good creative passwords as well. Got bored in the end there. So
For the kids.
if your password is weird, you got one at the end.
That's funny.
The weirder, the better.
And these are the ones you're sending out to people?
No.
We have both the VIPs, judges, and the online kits already now.
Nice.
I'll just
Very
send it
cool.
online so before, right?
Some of them have gone out. Some of them are being processed.
Okay. That's good for people to know.
Yep.
Very cool.
So don't fret.
Yeah, don't fret if you haven't got yours yet.
So entertainment going to be over the top again this year?
For sure. Over the top. Yes. It wouldn't be any other way for my birthday weekend, would it?
Wouldn't be any other way.
Yeah, what's going on? Can you tell us about what you have planned?
So Friday night is our adult entertainment night, and I literally mean adult entertainment. If that's not up your alley, I would recommend you come Saturday and Sunday. We have Daisy 2018 doing her burlesque act for us, as well as Brent Ray Fraser, who's going to take everything off and paint for us again.
Nice.
And he's back. Yeah, it's the friend. That's correct. And then we have Dana Larson, who's going to be doing his sex and cannabis talk,
Nice.
which is pretty important to me. And then we'll be having dinner at 7:30.
How's he going to dress for that?
An adult dinner?
I didn't ask, actually. I've seen some of his outfits for Gay Pride, so it could be really, really exciting, actually. I don't know. Might give Brent Ray Fraser a run for his money. Zing! Is that the new thing we're doing now? Is Zing? Okay. No, I'm not up my alley. Maybe yours with that zingy attitude, but
Look what's in the chat up there.
Neil, you're red, buddy.
Neil is on fire today.
It will be after that.
Saturday, we're having our activists and comedy night. So we're having a combination of comedians and activists coming up to do panels, and then we're going to be roasting Dennis Boisvert, who's my friend from America who does POW 420.
Nice.
His son's coming to roast him, who's a professional comedian, so that's very entertaining.
Nice.
And then Sunday night, we're doing a little bit more comedy and our award ceremony. And we have Precious Chong coming from Toronto to come and do a comedic act for us on Sunday, so that'll be cool.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a packed couple days.
There is general admission still available. Sales to online kits is closed because we can't guarantee we get them to you on time. But VIP, and I believe we are out of regular judges' passes now.
Oh, whoa.
Which is pretty good.
That's
I'm impressed.
Awesome. No, that's great.
That's a lot of you guys that are coming. I'm very excited.
But there's still general admission.
There's GA, which is $25, and that includes dinner all 3 nights. There's also a shuttle for here from Cannabis Culture to the event, as well as from the SkyTrain to the event.
Can't afford not to go.
Yeah.
Dinner?
Pretty much, yeah.
Where else would you go?
Very cool. Well, that's good.
There.
It is in Surrey.
I know
7475 135th Street. And it's the Surrey Convention Center.
it's so hard to get places in Vancouver,
Yeah.
good venues that are smoke friendly.
He's excited,
There's a few
boys.
people that are like, really?
No,
Well,
we're
I don't
back
even
to
have to
you.
go downtown. I'll just walk there. I'm like, oh.
That guy off the desk.
For me,
Yeah.
it's a little bit out of the way, but it's not too
It'll be
bad.
a fun little shuttle out there.
It will
And we
be.
can smoke on the shuttle bus? Is that what
We can smoke on the bus. We have an area where everyone can smoke in and vape in. And then we have a little area where it'll have clean air for those that don't vape. Believe it or not, some people
That's gonna
don't
be the
toke, but
magic
they're
bus.
coming. I'm impressed that we have people that are into pot that just don't use it.
They want to know about it.
They want to know
the good
about it.
thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
Been sending smoke signals for 41 years.
Landlord's been sending up smoke signals for 41 years, apparently. Send them, they will come, right?
Pretty much.
Put up the smoke
Well-
signals, people will come.
That's
We also have a private edibles cup for all the VIPs. So if you've bought a VIP pass, mind you, if you eat all of the edibles, you're probably going to be sleeping, which
Yeah.
is fine. But
I
yeah, there'll be a
can't.
little edibles cup for you guys to enjoy, and it's just for the VIPs. And we'll also have some Pixie drinks available at the cup, which are really fun. I want to say kind of Kool-Aid style infused drink.
oh man.
Yeah, I've had them.
These things
they
are
work
Yeah,
great.
they're really good.
It was a really a lot of fun
candy.
last year, so I'm
Yes.
excited about how it's going to be this year.
What's that?
Can I get both VIP judge?
No
Everybody
bump ups.
wants a VIP judges pass.
J-Mac.
I need your little.
We have actually only given away 5 VIP passes. The rest have all been purchased.
Ah, thank you for mine. by the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
All right, February 23rd, 24th.
there's still a lot
That's
of stuff
correct.
available. Yeah,
4
you guys
PM
can
start.
still get in on this.
We start at 4:20. We close at midnight.
Of
So
course.
if you're in Vancouver,
All 3 days.
if you're in
All nights.
Vancouver or in Surrey,
Sunday?
Yeah.
come on down.
I'm
And
staying out until closing on Sunday. I don't know about you guys.
They can. Where can they still?
The second I go home, I got to go home to my kids. Start adulting.
I'm gonna bike there. I'm gonna bike there on Sunday.
No bike storage.
No bike storage.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know, actually. I'm pretty sure there's a spot somewhere there you could put a bike. There's like a parking lot that's the size of
It's
like
his head, he knows.
all 300 blocks.
So tickets are tickets are still available.
Yes, at Cannabis
Cannabis
Culture.
Culture
And that's
downstairs,
it.
And that's the only spot.
Only location
you
in
gotta
town.
come here to get them.
307.
307 West Hastings in Vancouver.
Open till
Open till 10 o'clock on Fridays.
That's pretty
The
late.
store, are they in the store downstairs or are they upstairs? They're probably in the store.
They're only downstairs. Yeah.
So yeah, 10 o'clock on Fridays and Saturdays, but the rest of the time it's 8:30, I believe, or 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock.
Wow.
8 o'clock. There you go. So
So
cannabis
you know.
culture. There you go. Thanks, Cookie Man. Well, that's fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun, and anybody you can still get in on things. So come on down and have fun with us, and in Surrey as well.
I know, right? We're going to Surrey, and we're not just any part of Surrey. We're going to Bollywood, so this is going to be very fun.
Nice.
That's funny.
And you're gonna
Surrey's
get the
nice.
best food.
Sorry.
You're gonna get some of is it catered by them?
Yeah, they got the best food for sure.
You are not
Awesome
gonna
food.
be disappointed.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
You will not be disappointed.
It's got J-Max endorsement.
Heavy percent.
J-Max seal of approval.
It's like the food is awesome. Like butter chicken, goat.
J-Mac likes the food in Surrey.
Really
Goo Goodness
cocking it
has
up.
donated, I think it was 450 pieces of half-gram samples. So if you're an online judge, you got that for sure, and if you're a VIP, you got one.
Nice.
Pretty nice.
Nice.
Are you gonna come
Half-gram,
over
that's
after
a lot.
and see the chaos? Maybe have some tokes in the office. All right.
I'll be there.
I'm gonna right now.
I just kind of went, good luck, guys. I'm going to Jeremiah's show. Bye. And they're like, but we're not done yet. I'm like, goodbye. Good luck. See you in 30 minutes.
They know what to do.
I think so. And if not, well, we'll go back and fix it, I suppose.
Hopefully.
Oh, and they're asking questions here in the
What?
chat. They're asking about Tuesday spots and such.
Oh, right. Because
Megan,
I mentioned
Tuesday.
on Expert Joints' show that I'll be returning to Toking Tuesdays here at Pot TV.
Ooh, yeah. It's official. Yeah. So that's really cool.
So that'll be Tuesday, 4:20, I guess, until 6. That seems
There you
reasonable.
go. And that's after the cup.
It's actually going to be May Moon in the Hemp Embassy. So we're going to have Caroline and Michael Balderstone of the Hemp Embassy come on the show and join, except it'll be Weedy Wednesdays for them and Toking Tuesdays for us because they're a day
Oh,
ahead.
they're a day ahead.
That's right. So it'll be an interesting little collab
like
between the
20
two
hours
areas.
or something.
Yeah, it's pretty,
That's
pretty
funny.
nuts.
Well, that sounds really great, actually. So look forward to that. But that's after the cup basically ends because you're really busy at the moment. So you got too much to do until then.
I kind of need a clone normally, so now I need like 2 clones.
Yes.
They diminish each
At
time.
least.
You saw that movie, right?
They do?
They
Oh,
don't get
no.
as smart
Each one
as the
gets
last
stupider
one.
and stupider, yeah.
After like
That
10,
means-
they're just like.
doesn't that just
mush.
mean you
Oh,
need
no.
4 or 5 of them? Like you just need to get more of them then?
Or I need to get like as many arms as Ganesh has. So like 8 arms, and I'd be able to
8.
do it.
That would do it. 8 clones would be better than 1 clone.
Then 8 arms even.
Yes.
I always love reading the comments in the chat because sometimes like someone just throws something out of left field and like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Yep.
The token chosen.
Hemp
one.
Embassy, no passport required. There you go.
Yeah. Well, that's coming soon. So watch for that on Tuesdays. 4:20. You're gonna start at. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that'll give me like I'll go for 4 o'clock in my head and I'll make it with just enough time for 4:20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and there's other shows that start at 4:20. I think Craig's show starts at 4:20.
I think it does.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this up. But thank you for coming down and checking us out and talking about the cup. We're gonna try to broadcast some live stuff from the cup as we go, as allowed, and everything else. But yeah, we'll be tuning in with you guys, of
What's
course.
allowed? I like how we had to add in like what's allowed.
Yeah.
Facebook?
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Couldn't we just get like a giant happy face to censor it out? And at one point, it'll just be like, do, 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 do.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I'm not sure. When you say adult, it depends how adult it is. Facebook
Like
only
triple
allows
X
so much.
adult on
Yeah.
Friday night, guys. Yeah.
Non-Facebook
So
approved.
we'll try to record.
Not safe for
We'll
work.
aim away. I don't know what we'll do, but we'll try to figure something out. We just
Might
need to
not be
have
able
a
to have it
black
on
bar that
YouTube.
we can like hover
You
above.
can just turn the camera around and it can be like your reaction to what's being viewed. Someone can just type in like, this is what's going on. Look at Jeremiah's face. Right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, because the audience was priceless last year. That was entertainment.
There should have been a camera on that, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
should have been a camera on Dana's face.
Yeah.
That was worth every moment of setting that up.
Oh my lord. Yeah, no, I missed that. I kind of missed that. So I'm
You can make
happy.
Dana blush.
Yeah.
You did a good thing.
Comment was
Well,
like, he's not gonna.
lots to
Oh
look
my
forward
god,
to.
he is. He is.
I'm like, it's not gonna, but it did.
I don't want to know.
And it was a good painting.
Yeah, it will be up for auction this year. It's a picture of Justin Trudeau.
Oh, the one he made last year is up for auction.
It is.
Yeah, nice.
A dick by a dick.
Right?
A dickhead by a dickhead.
Certainly, it's turned out that way. That's so sad, Justin, by the way. We're very sad about how you've turned out.
I know. It is sad.
Terribly sad.
Yeah. Now it's all
He's a
like,
sad case.
yeah, gangster weed companies and offshore oil or offshore weed.
money bank accounts
Yeah.
and shit. What's going on,
Yeah,
Justin?
lots
We
of
thought you were
those.
wholesome.
And it is lots of companies. It's not just one. There's-
No.
It's all of them.
Yeah.
they're
It's
all
like the
full
whole
of 'em.
family
I
of
think
them.
he
Yeah.
had it all lined up and knew what they were going to do when he was in Kelowna before the election, and he said, "I'm going to legalize recreational weed." I think he knew that moment.
Jeremiah.
Actually,
Last time.
Oh.
Does anyone in the audience or on the internet want to come? Oh, I guess, yeah, you can see them here. What am I trying to do?
Don't get lost.
Who wants to come, guys?
Pen?
If you want a ticket, I'll get you one from the office. These are for the crowd.
Oh, hey, man.
Oh, you can give me one there, Neil?
yeah, she'll give you one.
Get that one for me?
But anyways, pass that one back. These are for the guys on the online. Oh! There we go.
On the Facebook or the YouTube or one of each.
So, and how,
Two
how do we
joints.
do
When are you
this?
coming to my office? We're supposed to upgrade your ticket.
Fucking he's slacking. He's at home on the internet.
Yeah,
Is that on the internet?
exactly.
So that's like, he's probably got to
how
like
do
take
we-
a
do we have
flight
to
and do
do a
some crazy
question
journey
or
to get
something?
here.
Do we have
A
to
question. What are or when was 12 High Chicks founded?
It's a fucking good question.
Year, a month. Well,
Oh,
I
we
guess
should
the
probably
closest
have-
to guess and gets it. I
We
don't
should
know.
have
Day
Facebook
or-
up too.
'Cause if you want a day, I don't know what day it was. It was pretty high that month.
But you know what month it was?
I
It
know
doesn't
what
narrow
month it
things
was.
down,
Yeah.
eh?
It's a month and year.
Month and year. Come on, Richmond, Virginia.
Friday.
Oh, that's,
Friday.
no, that's when he's coming. I think.
That's good. Oh.
No, that's really
Coming
good. I
on
like
Friday,
that.
two
We were
giants. or
founded
you
on
think?
Friday. I love it.
Today's Friday.
That's hilarious.
Oh, and alrighty, I got your message. I will have all your info to you by the end of today. I've just, like I said, I need 5 clones or 8 arms. Someone's going to come through for me. Do you want to give me 2 of your arms? You don't need them, right? I could give them back to you at the end of the cup. I think you're just saying that so maybe you could just go home and not do my biddings today. Yeah. My thumb does that too. Your thumb's supposed to move. It's a thing.
I don't know if anybody's paying attention in the chat.
I am. I'm getting
On the Facebook.
any
chat?
Canadians in the house, probably 12, 1 o'clock May. See things? Yeehaw, mom cut promise. Yeah.
If not, 1:30, you're done.
So what was that question again? What
The
year?
question is what year we founded. I guess who's in the audience that wants to come that can actually make it? I guess is a better question. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Because if you can't come, there's no point even guessing, right?
Yeah, only those people should answer.
True.
Oh,
So
someone's saying something. The
There
anticipation.
is a delay, so
dot
things
dot
take
dot
a
dot.
while to get out there. Yeah.
And the crowd goes silent.
Dun, 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 dun,
Coming to
dun.
the audience too.
Well, people can just chime in.
Chime in.
That's true.
What about the other
There's no,
chat?
there's no
It's a little
takers.
slow.
We might not have any Vancouver peeps.
That's true. It is a
watching.
long journey. We have a few people that are coming a long
Still a
way.
little bit of
Wild-
ways though.
Wild Dragon hopes to get his online judges kit.
Yeah, there's no more of those, but you're getting it, I guess, if you get it. I don't know.
Well, there's still some to be sent out. That's all.
Hear that?
Yeah,
Go, Canada, go.
45
Hear that.
out of 200 kids got their tracking number and have been sent, and then there's another 155. We're doing them in sections. So we started off with those that actually ordered and paid for tickets through the online sales, and then we're doing the winners and Facebook purchasers today, and then tomorrow is going to be
Fucking what?
the Twitter
Get out of here.
people that paid through Twitter. I had to go through stages, though. I had to do like one at a time. Because if I tried to go between them both, I probably would have just messed it right up, to be honest. I didn't realize how much work it was until we opened it a few days ago. I was like, why didn't we organize this sooner? Right, because we're stoners.
I'm assuming it wasn't
2/17
1968.
February.
1968. I was born in 1984, man. So at least 18 years after I was born.
Fucking, it was like Back to the Future.
2002.
Part 3.
January 2015.
Well, that's getting closer.
February.
But no dice.
February. It said 2017.
Can I give them a hint?
Jeremiah's was closer, right?
It was a February of something.
That's pretty good.
Thought I'll ramble that off.
Someone said
Did
February
75th
2017.
Ooh, someone said I'm in Quebec and I would love to come.
That guy. Wild Dutch Dragon.
Okay, scroll down though to who said they were in Quebec and they would love to come. Like
I
if we
love
give you a
Quebec.
ticket, you will fly out / take a bus, hitchhike,
Bring us some St.
Hop in a
Albert's
TARDIS.
cheese curds
something like that.
and the bagels.
420 says gay. Are you sure it's not hetero? Because normally gay things have like lots of colors and multiple positions and lots of fun stuff. Hetero is normally missionary, boring, you know.
I don't know what happened
No.
to you, but
You're not doing it right. That's all.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. See, now we're getting the February. So we're getting close. We're getting close. It's somewhere in that span between those. Just came in. What the fuck? That's awesome. That's because your comments should be equally as crazy as what we say. We're trying to match them. There is a Mabel Moon face painting in my
We're trying to
town.
find out what month now, I guess. Well, we
Yeah,
know.
we got the one. They got the one. The year.
February 2015.
Yeah.
Jeremiah's got to go, but we're.
No, this is fun. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the show wouldn't exist without these guys watching. So, you know,
True.
hi,
Yeah.
we should engage you.
Yeah.
We're happy to entertain you weekly.
Yeah, entertain me too.
Nobody's picking that date yet?
No.
We're looking for the year.
I mean,
Like,
it's
come
gotta
on
be
now.
probably within the last
What
10
year have we
years.
got so far?
If anybody
that
actually follows my
We got
adventures, it would be
2012.
the year that Opus and Mark and I went to the 30th annual Skeptics Convention in Sydney, where we met Dr. Waddock, who did Life After Prohibition. There's probably like one person out of like the entire world that actually knows the answer to that. There is a Life After Prohibition, apparently.
Life after Prohibition.
Didn't you say it was
No,
between the
no.
other ones that were already up
There
there?
was, yeah, it was between, there was 2000.
Oh, there it is. Well,
No. So close. You're a year off. I can't tell you which direction, but you're a year off.
Dun, dun.
How long does it take to just type another year in there? Hey, get this. You can do it.
just fucking guess them all, bro.
The other way.
My arrow keeps going the wrong
I think
way.
the one from Quebec.
Nice.
So Forest Walker's got it just a year off. So if you guys could guess from that year off,
You freaking guys.
you didn't turn your phone off.
This guy 204.
2014.
Prio's got it. So you're gonna come, Mr. Prio Groves?
Rio grows.
Oh, Forest Walker's also guessed.
Too fast.
Well, I do have 2 tickets. I mean, I could give them one each.
Oh.
Anyone on that?
So
Facebook
we've
chat?
guessed 2.
YouTube,
Pyro's got it.
whatever
Or Prio? Sorry, Prio Gross.
Rio.
It was
Pyro.
2014, and you got it.
Rio. I don't know.
Same with Forest Walker. They're still guessing. This is awesome.
No either.
2020. I love it. Yes,
Can those
because I
people
actually
come?
formed it after I got my TARDIS.
She has a target.
So there you go.
After legalization.
I wonder if you guys want to
those guys
actually
come?
Can they actually come? Yeah, if they can.
Right?
Then
Can they come?
Friday night.
Friday night,
possibly.
maybe. Yeah,
You can't come
send
Friday night.
send your info to my email address, maybe to Jeremiah@cannabisculture.com.
It was your birthday, by the way.
Apparently.
It's
Or-
Neil's birthday yesterday here.
Birthday was
Or should they just send it to your address, maybe?
Probably best to my address, which
Yeah.
is moon@12highchicks.com. And it's just like the way it's spelled. TWELVEHIGHCHICKS.com.
There you go. Nice. Well, that's very cool.
Exactly. We can't go. Aw.
What?
We're all playing, but we can't go. No, I can't travel. You guys are hilarious. How about I send you a book or something instead? I mean, that's pretty cool. My new book should be ready in 4 or 5 weeks.
There you go.
Oh.
First
That's
on the
cool.
list.
They're still guessing. I love it. It was February 2014. The drugs are good where you are. I want to visit you.
Keeps going.
Love
I
right.
love it. So funny. All
I
right.
just opened the
Well,
maybe the other guys can't make it or something.
Yeah.
Chili
Yeah.
Boo. Who's Chili Boo?
Chili.
You know, chili.
I wonder.
Boo.
I wonder if is Freddie going?
Yeah, it's
Freddie
pretty going.
P.
I don't know. All right. Maybe we gotta ask Freddie. We should have him on the show again soon.
Oh, how about chili Boo? Oh, Freddie.
It was fun.
Yeah, they're both going.
All right.
Oh, someone knows my name. Hello, CBC voter.
Yep. Avid viewers
Yeah.
who tune in every week.
Part of
We
that
love
name
them.
I chose was not given to me, and most people guess wrong which part was not given to me.
Which one was it?
It could have
Should
been.
have been.
Is it the Asia? Is it the May? And so, if we were guessing which one was given to you, or
One of those three names was chosen, not given to me.
Asia.
You guys both guessed wrong. Moon was chosen. See? Always guess wrong. It was close.
I was only one guess away.
Someone said Sailor Moon. Yeah, dude, that was a good show. Many joints to that show with Tuxedo Mask. Notice the moon on my head?
I love that show.
That's
Yeah.
my husband does this a lot. It doesn't come off. It's real. He's been trying for 2 years now. It still doesn't come off. Yeah. Help! I'm too high. I can't get down. That sucks, bro.
Chilling like a villain. Yeah.
Just don't do any
Mushrooms,
more drugs.
maybe.
If you're too high, don't do any more.
Safe and very
All right. Well, we're wrapping this up.
Well, but the active word is two. Like,
Yeah.
The big wrap up.
Supervision and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we're at 6.
Expand your
We are
mind.
3
We
minutes
got
to
stuff
6
to
o'clock.
do.
You
I
guys must have things to do beyond.
Yeah, we're
Can I
wrapping
have
this.
a book?
6 o'clock.
We're wrapping this show up.
Book 'em, Johnny.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, we love
420
everybody.
Wild Dragon is.
Shout out to
Thomas
Johnny's
Reese.
appendix.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
for sure, get
yes, poor Johnny
Okay.
and his appendix.
Landlord for mayor.
Vote landlord for mayor. We love you guys. Thanks for coming on the show, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
all
thanks.
of y'all. We'll have y'all back soon. And you
Y'all.
guys will be on Pod TV all week long for all the fun shows. You know where they are. Pod.tv.
All
Check it all
week.
out. And we'll be back next Friday. Or sooner. Drug people.